Good Thursday night, world. We alive, and welcome to another episode of Band Dog Talk, aka Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That's me. That's right. And salute to Young Ready in that pole position. We got Coop. We got Cooper. Big salute to you, Coop. Man, who's the master? Who's the master? Show enough. That's right, man. Hey, salute to you, show enough. And we got my boy, my brother, Duro. If you guys already haven't, go check out his channel. Go check out his lives. That boy got some content. And we got my brother, Caveman, in the building. Go check out Caveman's channel as well. He's got some content. He's making some new content out there. Any of you guys who have content, man, please put your information in the chat for the people who might want to check your stuff and your content out, man. But anybody else who might not be in the lives but are listening, a big salute to y'all, man. Much love and respect. Much love and respect. But before we, get into what we get into, we kind of follow a protocol, a program, if you want to call it that, right? We like to curb the edge, man. A lot of us be putting in a lot of this work, and more work 3 times. 3 times only meaning that we rooted in it, man. That's what that number 3 mean, man. We rooted in it. Root number 1, 2, and 3, the triangle. The Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, 1, 2, and 3. So to curb the edge, of the hard work week, man, get your herbal sensations rolled up. They got all these different flavors that everybody be smoking on and putting certain lotions on and eating and bonging and man, get your herbal sensations ready to go. Roll that shit, like that shit, smoke it or bathe in it, dive in it, swim in it. I don't give a fuck. Just have it ready to go. And if you like them brewskis, them cold brewskis, like my brother Duro, he loves them cold, tall can brewskis. Man, get your brewski ready, man. And if you like your shots, man, get your dark liquor, your light liquor, man, get that shit ready to go, man. And if you keep it simple like the Coach, because life is hard enough as it is, oh man, life is so hard. So any way that I can keep it simple with that KISS method, man, keep it simple, stupid. I keep it simple, man. I just get my vodka lemonade, my mixed drink, man. Hey, salute to you guys, showing up to the classroom. We on 86 episodes, man. 86 times that we've been here Thursday night in the classroom, man. In the classroom. No drama, no entertainment, just classroom. You know what I mean? So, I love y'all, respect y'all, very thankful for your support. So, cheers to y'all. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Man. As I take a deep breath. So, as y'all know, some of y'all know, y'all that follow me on the gram, I've, offered, a couple of my prize pieces, my prize genetics, to the public, and something that I'm not, let's say, happy to do, but at the same time, um, I'm making a pivot, and with that pivot, it's requiring me to, move in a different direction when it comes to my program. And so, of course, doing that, um, always, I mean, you're going to get a lot of people inquiring and stuff like that. Um, but as I'm, dealing with, you know, let's say, anytime I do like a story post, man, I average about 2 to about 3,500 views. Okay, in my stories. Could be more sometimes, but on average about between 2 to 3,500, anywhere between there. So people check, and of course, people are inquiring, and I mean, I made it very easy for people to level up, you know, level up they program. If you want a pet, shit, you can get a top tier quality pet, whatever. And as I'm dealing with, you know, the people inquiring, you know, it's just, it solidifies, it helps me um accept my pivot, like to accept the pivot. You know what I mean? It's hard to accept the pivot when you wanted to go in a certain direction, but then you're kind of forced to go into another one based off of the defender. Your defender. You're trying to score, right? So if your defender is in one area, you might have to pivot to go in another area to score, right? So as I'm, dealing with, you know, um, people, and I'm making it very easy for them to, level up, whatever it might be, whatever you want to do, however you want to do a level up. And y'all know coaches gonna get a lot of inquiries, man. I mean, come on, man. Y'all know that. But I make it very easy. You know, I mean, I'm, name, name your price. Name your price. Take care of your own transporter, right? Figure out your transporter, but name your price. And you serious? Let's whatever, man. What I mean, take advantage. And as I'm dealing with this and that and this and that, certain individuals, have me, reach out to my transporter, which of course I didn't want to do, because one thing about me, um, I stand on business. What I mean by standing on my business, is the fact that if it's something that I'm saying out my mouth, you know, I want the people that I'm, conducting a certain level of business with to understand that if I'm calling you, make sure I get that top tier service, because what I'm saying is going to be what it is. So, I reached out to my transporter for a couple of individuals, who were saying this and that and the third. And and if you guys listen, don't get into your Whitney. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, I'm speaking the truth. So don't get into your Whitney if I'm speaking about you. But I'm you know, reaching out to my point of contact, and I'm good business. So I'm getting the best of the best of, how low can you goes, and I'm getting the for sures from the other end, right? Oh, we good coaches for, oh man, send me this and send me that. I got everything's good. Coaches, find me the money ain't a thing. Coaches, I get everything lined up. I get the rock bottom. I get the coach's deal, and you know, the other end, things don't happen on the other end the way it was said it was supposed to happen. Stuff like that. It's just it. Dealing like this week just really solidified. It just made me accept the pivot, like accept it, like this is a good thing, right? There's two sides to every coin, right? And so one side is not, one side is dark, and one side is a shade lighter. It's still dark, but it's a shade lighter, but it's not as dark as the dark side, right? But anyway, as I'm dealing with people, and it's a lot of people. That's how I always get. Anytime I offer any puppies to the public, I get hundreds of people in my DMs. Okay. I said, Coach ain't no rookie when it comes to this dog shit, man. I'm not. Before I was on social media, I had all my friends and my peers, man. Like I said, I've been fucking with these dogs since '05 as far as like breeding my own shit, making my own shit since '05. All my partners knew I had the dogs, man. I was a dog guy before I was called the dog guy because I had them. I was into dogs like that. So I always had that network, if you want to call it, right? You know, within my own realm of partners and day peoples and all that shit. It was always easy for anything that I didn't need. My partners and they partners, my girls, my wife's people, whoever, getting the DNA, boom, no problem. So now, 37,000, 37,000 on IG, whatever, might fluctuate, you know what I'm saying? But it's been 37,000 pretty consistent or whatever. And like I said, about 3,000 on YouTube, but I don't really be on YouTube, only on the live or whatever. And about 5,000 on Facebook, whatever, right? So I mean, I got people, y'all, that know about my program, been following me, all the shit, right? And then here I, open up the lab and get a flood of people like I knew I would. But here I am. I'm dealing with the same shit that I've been dealing with the whole time I've been dealing with these dogs via social media. I'm dealing with the fandemonium, part of it. And then we always talk, remember we talked about the fans versus the supporters, y'all. And what I mean by the supporters is the ones that, if you have something to, let's say exchange as far as monetary, and they're able to do it, they're going to exchange that. Especially when, you got, you got the, not even let's make a deal. It's like, name your price, man. This is blessings. And I've already blessed people before. And shout out to y'all who've taken advantage of that. But, like, why am I dealing with the same type of support, if that's what we want to call it, when I'm giving you an opportunity to name your price? I'm getting the same influx of people hitting me, but I haven't had no turnover yet. Ain't nobody stepped up and did what they said they was gonna do. I'm calling my people, making things happen for you, but then it ain't happening on your end. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? The fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, coach, money is there. Just send me that out. It's money not issues. But then, so anyway, this week I was just reflecting again. I was like, man, thinking about my pivot and all that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people was concerned and shit, like, coach, why? No, coach, don't do that, coach. But at the same time, as as I've been interacting with the public for these past, I would say 3 years, hard, like direct 3 years. I mean, I've been on social media since 2018, but let's say 3 years, like solid interacting with folks. I just come to the realization that, at least for me, you know what I mean? Like I said, some people like that social media. They like they like the fans and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people like that. Like, y'all don't see the coach. You know what I mean? Y'all know the coach ain't about that shit. You know what I mean? The coach want to be nameless. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be famous. You feel me? Coach is about the dogs, man. You know what I mean? The dogs can't speak for themselves. So I'm their spokesman, but the coach ain't in front of the cameras. The coach ain't trying to get y'all to, pat me on the back. None of that shit. Okay, I do this shit for the dogs, and y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? So all the likes and shit like that, that's cool for AK's legacy, or whoever else is getting those likes. That's for AK. That's not for the coach. Or that's for, the dogs. That's, that's not for me. That I don't boost. It's not pumping me up. That's pump AK up, and whoever else, Black Hawk, whoever these dogs are that I'm promoting, that pumps their legacy because they in the forefront. You feel me? But to have a following, a lot of people, to have over 2,000 people checking on me in my stories, to have anytime I post any type of dog available, I'm in the hundreds, and I mean, damn, the DMs be flooded, man. I don't have to cap to y'all, man. I don't have to cap. Phone calls come in, but to not get the turnover part of it, the things that certain other dogs men get that. I can only speak from my perspective. My experience as a dog man in social media. You know what I mean? All the fanfare, all the questions, all the coach, you do this, oh man, I love your program. All that's all there. That's all there. That's fluff. You know what I'm saying? That's fluff. And I respect all y'all who respect my program and respect me. Y'all already know that. But see, coach ain't in it for that. I'm not in it for that. I know what I do. See? So for you to confirm it, I appreciate it. But at the same time, the support part of it is where me and this dog experience, dog game, so-called experience, the fame is there if you want the fame. You want the dick riders and shit, the ones who just, there to ride your wave, they're there. We all know that shit. They're there. You know what I mean? But the ones who's really breaking bread though, especially for us black dog men, nah, that shit's fucking few and far between. And the most of the ones who's telling you that they really getting it like that, they fronting. They on that Pharrell. They fronting like a motherfucker, man. They fronting. They probably homeboys. Remember we talked about the Ponzi scheme when they come to these dogs? They selling dogs to their homeboys and their homeboys and shit like that. The Ponzi scheme, making you think that everybody patronizing their motherfucking dogs like that. But you see a common denominator with the type of people that got their dogs. That's the reality of this dog game when it comes to us brothers. I don't know about the sisters, man. The sisters, you look cute and all that stuff. I'm not knocking y'all sisters who getting y'all money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all successful sisters with the dog. Y'all pretty successful sisters with them bodies and stuff. We're not knocking y'all, but it's a difference, man. It's a difference. So this week, I was reflecting on my experiences as a dog man and all the fanfare that the coach has had over the years, and how anytime I post something, man, I just, DMs. And then when my people say they're going to do something, they don't do it. So as I reflected on that, and as I was dealing with that this week, and as I was digesting my pivot, right? Digesting it like, I got it, Now it's like, you know what? God don't make no mistakes, but we do. God don't make no mistakes, but we do. Now look back in my vision and, trying to, bring a collective vision together for us dog men, black, white, whatever race you are, and to really pioneer it, to believe that the dog community is really going to support it, like support it with their money, not with their mouth, with their money. Like I supported my vision and broke bread with the people that I had to break bread with to achieve my vision. To think that they gonna move like you move, coach, because you an example. Nah. And I knew that. I knew that outside the dog game, right? You know what I'm saying? But see, coming into the dog game, I'm Madonna. I'm a virgin, touched for the very first time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a virgin to the dog game now, huh? You feel me? I do dogs, but to the dog game, I'm Madonna, man. Be easy, man. It's my first time. But see, as I'm navigating and getting touched and being roughed up, getting abused, used and abused, man. I'm like, I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit at all. This shit, this is this dog game is not what it seems. You know, it's not what it seems. And so then it brought up this topic that we're gonna speak on tonight, that we're gonna cook on tonight. Because we have all these great cookups that we have. We have such great cookups in the classroom. Salute to the classroom. Salute to all you guys who participate in the chat, the panel. We cook in the classroom, man. But it brought me to this subject matter tonight, y'all. It really did. Because when I came in this motherfucker, my vision was broad, man. I had so many ideas. That's why I went on that what I called a DNA shopping spree. I had so many ideas. Like I want this type of dog. I want this type of timber. I want this type of bone. I want this type of height. I want this type of breed. my mind was and I was capable to add those things that I needed to make my vision come true. Right? I bought my house on the hill, life on the hill with a thrill. I moved out here to Hillbilly Hill, right? Rule, I'm a city boy. I'm a city nigga. Moved out here to Hillbilly Hill so I can do hillbilly shit, right? So I can be out here, riding dirt bikes, shooting guns, having animals, horses, cows, dogs, all this shit. I mean, stepped outside my own comfort zone to do dogs, man. Spent hundreds, plural, thousands of dollars on my program. No caparoo, y'all. No caparoo. In the red. No matter how many dogs I might have sold over the years I've been in the dogs, I'm still in the red. Don't know when I will ever see black, y'all. Coming in the game doing something different. Because I wanted to be different when it came to my vision and my program, right? So I wanted to present that to those of you who are like me, who's like, yo, I got ideas, you know what I mean? But nobody pushing that narrative, right? Everybody pushing the trends, everybody hopping on everybody else's dick, everybody else's fucking wave. They riding everybody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got the wave, motherfucker hopping on that shit right behind them and drafting them and shit. Like we over there doing NASCAR and shit. Coach over there on them fucking big ass waves where nobody's on shit. Like, damn, what is that fucking coach over there? What the fuck's he over there for? He crazy. Everybody saying that nigga crazy, that nigga dumb doing that shit. Oh, ain't nobody gonna fucking do that. I come out campaign for the few of us who receive it, respect it. Like, oh yeah. I like what you're doing, coach. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, coach. Yeah, coach, keep doing that shit. Keep pushing that shit, coach. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is what I'm saying to myself, because I'm already a one-man band as it is, right? You know what I'm saying? My brothers know this. I told them this shit. I told Drew this shit. I'm a player coach, man. I coach the team that I play on, man, which is me. That's who I coach, man. So I'm okay with it just being me, y'all. But when you have built your following on being this way over the years, and then it's grown, and the community has grown, the ideas are being more related, and people are bouncing them together, and we're confirming like, we, you know what I'm saying, we trying to unite this shit. So then when people like myself put in this hard work, working more work 3 times, I show y'all a program. I show y'all the vision. I put together, legendary cookups. I spend the money. I tell y'all, man, hey, don't cut no corners when it comes to y'all DNA. I tell y'all that. I take the hits. Stay stoic in the motherfucking battlefield. Field general, right? Front line. I'm front line with the troops, man. Right? I'm not just up in the booth. You know what I'm saying? up in the booth watching the troops and shit, puppet mastering the shit in the booth. No, I'm on the field with y'all niggas. But a general in this shit though. Right? Pioneer this shit. But I'm right there with y'all. But then it's like the hard work that I put in and the level that I'm pushing, I have to reflect on what I'm doing and understand that what I'm doing is too far advanced for the market that I'm in. My standards are way too high for the level of dog men that's in the dog world today. Because what we be talking about over here is high performance working dogs. We took it up a notch. Where the OGs, they was talking about performance working dogs. We talking about high performance working. That's a complete dog from A to Z, nothing missing. From A to Z, it takes a different level of thinking as a dog man to make a high performance working dog. Now, of course, that's my vision. You know, it's lofty. It's like like it's it's way. You know, what I mean, it's too out. It's too out of this atmosphere, honestly, because that's how I think. But I'm willing to take it on, and I understand it's going to take some time. I do understand that, y'all. So don't think I'm thinking like, oh man, people supposed to catch on overnight. No, I already know that. But at the same time, we as a collective, we done, like, bro, we done set this wave a while ago, man, and people are catching on, man. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for people catching on. And my followers have been organic, pushing my wave. I didn't get to piggyback off of nobody else. I didn't get on nobody's this, and then I got a whole bunch of followers. No, that's the work I put in over the years. And if y'all go to my IG, y'all go way back when I started and see where I came from, and you will see the growth. You'll see that motherfucker. You'll see it. You'll see it right there in your face. But before, we get into it, I always like to tell y'all about my week before I cook. You know what I'm saying? Before we get in the class, I always tell y'all about my week. You know what I'm saying? But this week I just reflected, man, and as I'm dealing with my fans, and I love y'all, man. Don't listen. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I respect y'all, the fans. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But see, check us out. When you go to a basketball game, a football game, and shit, those fans that's in the stands, they've done bought a ticket. They done bought some jerseys, nigga. They done bought some food at the concession stands, nigga. They probably got some autographs, shit that they done bought. Them niggas is them fans is supporters. They paying the salaries for them players in the field. That's what they doing. But then I think about my program. I think about the double XL pit bull, the AK-47 chopper, double XL pit bull. Me even thinking that I was gonna, you know what? I'm gonna cook up some of those AKs, the same sizes as AKs, 2-time AKs for the world. Imagine a black version of AK, not Black Hawk. Black Hawk is Black Hawk now. Black Hawk is an XL pit bull Draco. So Black Hawk is his own. We talking about a 2-times inbred AK, 26 inches tall, 112-pound, lean black AK. Imagine that shit. You know I wouldn't be able to keep that on the shelf, you guys. Y'all know that motherfucker would sell so damn fast. But in reality, I don't even think so. I had to think about that too. I think about it. Oh, they'll be on my bumper. Coach, I need that. Coach, oh, I want that. Coach, you know that shit. They're gonna be on my bumper. But when I say I need that $6,000, all right, coach. Yep, I'm on my. All right, cool. Stuttering butter, motherfucker, gonna be stuttering and buttering. Okay, yeah, coach. Let me. All right, I'm gonna get back to you. Yep. What you need? How much? Okay, what's the deposit? All right, man, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, coach. You'll be speaking in tongues and shit. On that bullshit. I had to think about that. I had to think about that. Like, why? This week I was thinking, like, why? Your pivot was before the pivot was your mistake. Was my mistake. My mistake of thinking that The dog world is ready for the level of thinking and the level of standard, the level of monies that it take to really be in the high performance working dog lane or dog game, if we want to call it that, to be in that league of high performance working dogs. I paid the cost to be the owner of the building, right? Like Furl, to be the GM, to be the player, star player. I paid the cost to be in the league. Because you got to pay to get in the league, man. Niggas can talk about high performance this, high performance that. Did you pay for your league pass, nigga? You got a league pass to be in this high performance league? Let me see it. Let me see your credentials. Oh, you don't have none. Let me see your players. That's your dogs. Let me see your players. Where you get them from? Huh? You got any star players? Let me see your IG. Let me see your YouTube. Let me see the views and the likes on your star dogs if you got any. Right? But if I look at myself, I look at my league pass, and I'm thinking that, shit, the dog world should be on, I mean, shit, they should be like either following the wave or at the level, maybe even past it. And I'm thinking that me cooking on this level in this league that I'm damn near one of the few in. I'm not gonna say I'm the only one, but I'm one of the few in this high performance working dog league. How do I think that these people gonna be able to afford my players, my DNA? How am I thinking that? This is what I'm thinking this week, y'all. How am I thinking that they're gonna be able to afford to get a fucking first round draft pick? A black AK-47 chopper. An AK that I spent 12 grand for AK, y'all. I keep telling y'all this shit. Coach ain't getting this league for free, nigga. I had to pay. For me to have an AK, I spent 12. Oh man, give me 6 for that black AK, man. Matter of fact, it's 2 times AK because AK is AK, but I just double down on this genetics for you. So now you double the sauce with them. But if my people can't even spend the 6K for that shit, then I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Why am I, I made the mistake before the pivot. Now I'm pivoting, God making me pivot. And so now I'm accepting the pivot even more so, even now that, I'm blessing some people with some nice genetics and shit like that, and man, I'm still dealing with the same shit, even when it's like, man, name your price, man. Oh, you want that? Oh, you do? Yeah. Oh, man, name your price. Oh, man, can I do that? Cool. Get the transporter. All right, cool. What? Nick, I ain't heard from you. You can't even afford the motherfucking transporter? How the fuck I'm gonna sell you a $6,000 AK? Oh, y'all want them motherfucking AKs with the Kangol? Oh, y'all want that? Oh, yeah, y'all want that. When I say $1,000 deposit, these niggas can't even pay for a motherfucking transport. How the fuck they gonna pay for a goddamn $1,000 deposit for a fucking Kangol AK? You know what I mean? Like all this stuff in real time, dealing with this stuff in real time. I'm telling y'all, cause I'm EA Sports in the game. That's why I'm talking to y'all like this. Cause I'm in the game with this shit. I'm not just talking about shit. I'm doing what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm living this dog man shit. 24/7, no days off. I done paid the cost. I done spent the money. I done took the L's. Okay? So I know this shit. I know it firsthand. I done did the breedings. I done, you know what I'm saying? I done messed it. Bro, I mean, come on, man. I'm qualified to talk this type of shit, man. But see, I want to give y'all the real because that's what I do. That's why y'all respect me. Cause y'all know coaches. I mean, coach ain't fabricating shit for y'all. That nigga coach really in the game. He is sports in the game, man. That nigga is a real field general, man. Front line. Nigga front line with the troops, man. But top tier, man. He don't have to be front line. I already paid my costs. See what I'm saying? I don't have to be front line with the troops. I ain't got to get on y'all level. But I do. You know why? Because I want to see y'all elevate. I don't want to be by myself on this motherfucking journey. I would love to collaborate with another motherfucking dog man that got the same vision, man. Spent the same fucking money. Got his league pass. We can collaborate. I love that. I love that. I love that. But you know what? I mean, just like in the, just like in the streets, just like in, the workplace and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's only a few of us, man. That's why they say it's lonely at the top, man. And that's not something to be braggadocious about. Because when you at the top of your level, it is lonely and it's not nothing nice when you can't share that motherfucking shit with somebody. I would love to have allies in this shit. Allies, where I can be like, you know what, I'm making a pivot, man. Here, man, I'm about to bless you with some shit, man. Here you go. Boom. Oh, coach, coach, yes. Thanks, coach. Or something happened, you know what I mean? So I know somebody else got some top tier shit. I've been over there admiring and shit. Hey, man, hey, I'm gonna slide some shit over there. Pal, to you, man. Hey, man, catch me on the rebound, man. Give me some, give me some of that DNA when I'm able to get some more of that DNA. Oh, it's all love, coach. But see, in this league, in this dog game, and this stuff that we are experiencing now as dog men, this shit is fucking a facade, y'all. But I digress, you guys, because I can go on and on. But I like to tell y'all about my week. And that's what I was doing, man, as I was, making this pivot and this adjustment and blessing the, my followers and supporters or whatever with some of this DNA. I just like, man, why when I give them an opportunity, I get hit up, flooded. Y'all be flooding me, y'all. Y'all flood me, man. Y'all hearing frustration right now because I get this all the fucking time. I get my dick pulled all the time by y'all motherfuckers, man. Motherfuckers can't even pay for a fucking transporter. How the fuck are y'all gonna pay for my shit? My next level concept breedings, man. Y'all can't even pay for a fucking transporter. $700 for a transporter? Man, I spent $4,500 to get a fucking dog from overseas for fucking AK. Didn't think twice about it. How much it costs? Man, man, shit, it's a 45. Man, give me the bitch's number. Give me my fucking dog. I'm not gonna call no breeder up, acting like I'm gonna buy some shit and I ain't got my money right. What the fuck's wrong with this dog game, man? This shit's trash. God don't make no mistakes, we do. I digress. Let me put the motherfucking link in the chat before I keep going on my rant. You feel me? But I love y'all, man. I love y'all who support me. I do respect y'all as my fans. You feel me? So don't get it twisted. But I got, man, I'm a real soldier with this shit. I live this shit, man. This shit ain't no fucking game to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here just to talk. I do this shit to teach y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on here for no entertainment purposes, man. I bust my ass for this dog shit. I sacrifice everything for this dog shit for my dogs. This shit is real for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real life for me. This ain't no play. But I digress. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And for those of you who qualify, man, hit the motherfucking link. Hit the damn link. And let me put the title on the screen and the banner. Let me put that there. Yeah, we gonna cook. Blue Line, what's good? Tony, what's good? Carolina Blue, what's good? Carolina Blue, I'm still gonna always remember that. Carolina Blue, when you told me about Chico Lopez, you know what I'm saying? Chico Lopez on AK-47 choppers, DCKI. Shout out to Chico Lopez for that fucking plug on AK-47 chopper. Yeah, Caveman, what's good, brother? Kingdom, what's good, man?
I've been gone. Been offline a couple weeks.
Yeah, I noticed that. Man. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I just had to rant. That's all I had to do. I had to rant, man, this week, and just it's like fall. It's like as an elite soldier, right? You about to get captured by the enemy. AK, man, you about to be captured by the enemy, right? And so instead of giving the enemy the satisfaction of taking your life, right when they come to you, man, you take your sword and you fucking just fall on that shit right in front of them. Oh, you bitch, you bitch. Thought you was gonna take me out, motherfucker. I'll take my own self out. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gotta do it as real, real passionate dog men and dog women, man, you're gonna have to just fall on your own sword, man, to this shit.
Hey, what's good, Coach? What's good, Caveman? What's good, chat?
Yeah, what's good, ready?
Love
Yeah, it's good.
Yo, you was sounding crazy, bruh.
Oh man, passion of the
but you gotta do that sometimes. You gotta vent.
hey, passion of the Christ, man. Hey, passion of the Christ, man. Like straight up, you know, like when you really, bro, when you really do this shit, y'all.
No facts.
Come on, man. Yeah, it's just something where it's like something's got to give.
Something gotta give.
Yeah, that's how you feel about it. It's like, bro, when is this shit gonna fucking course correct itself? This, you know what I mean? Like it's just fake as fuck. This dog game is fake, y'all.
Yep.
I'm just letting y'all know that shit. I love you guys. That's why we in the classroom. We you know what I'm saying? If you were in this classroom, you qualify. You know what I'm saying? You had to be a qualified top tier engineer to comprehend what I'm talking about. But this dog game is not about the dogs, y'all. It's not about the dogs, man. It's not about the dogs, man. And people, because they're, you know, people are so easily accessible due to social media, man. There's a lot of people that be on that Pharrelling and shit, man. They be fronting like they really about what they about, but they really not. You know what I'm saying? So for those of us who are like myself, and we give everybody the benefit of the doubt, because I was once one of them who might not be where I am, obviously, right? But want to be. But I was never on nobody's horn acting like I was there or acting like I got money and shit, talking like I got bread. Don't talk like you ain't, man. Don't talk like that to real motherfuckers, man, because they're going to remember your ass.
Right.
Then you're going to be wondering why motherfuckers is stiff arming you and shit. Right when you're ready to buy some shit, they ignoring you and shit. Then you wonder why. Like, oh, man, these niggas are stuck up and shit now, man. They won't even answer my DMs and shit, man. I've been trying to buy a dog. Like, bro, they ain't playing with y'all niggas. And, you know, I try not to be that way to my supporters and my followers. You know, y'all know y'all can hit me up. I don't ignore none of y'all. I'll give y'all the same respect as I will want to have, you know, coming in the dog game. But, you know, like enough's enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Like enough's enough. Enough.
Crazy, man.
Wow, there's no way.
Get it.
Hey, ready. There's no way, like, and this is what I just say to myself all the time. With as many followers I have, as many DMs as I be getting, like, there's no way that I should even be talking like this, bro. Like this shit should be so easy breezy.
Easy, yeah.
Like
knocking them out.
Easy, no problem.
It doesn't make no sense. Yeah.
But it's the reality that we're in today. You know, it's like you could be anybody on the internet. It's this the reality. It's not the same way as back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And K-Man, you probably remember this shit when motherfuckers was calling you on the phone. It's like, hey, man, where you live? Okay, I'm over here. Okay, well, I'm going to come see the dog. Okay, cool. Comes. And the motherfuckers got to spend their time, spend their money, their gas to drive out to you. Normally, if they're going to drive out to you, they're going to have their money in their pocket because they don't want to be driving back with nothing. They don't have to do nothing. You just fucking DM somebody. Oh, I want them. Oh, okay. All that shit, man. Shit for the birds.
Yep. Social media ruined that.
Yeah, just stupid.
Too easy for people to jerk you around. Like you said before, they had to read about you in the newspaper, which means they were actually looking for that dog.
Right.
And then they had to call you up, talk to you, see what you had, and then they had to come look. And like you said, if they come to look, especially if they was driving 3 or 4 hours, they weren't coming to fuck around.
Right. Yeah.
Serious inquiries before serious inquiries.
I mean, that's the wave. You know what I mean? Like that. Excuse me, that was the wave, and now now this is what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we've been dealing with. So it's definitely giving me a like a bad taste when it comes to like dealing with the dog game itself, and then the people that's involved in it, the wannabe dog men and wannabe dog women who you can be a wannabe dog man, y'all. Like we're not knocking your dreams, man, but don't be knocking at the door acting like you want to come in. Just fucking sit your ass on the sidelines until it's time. Then you go knocking on the door. Then you do it because, like I said, you're going to be talking to some of these dogmen who are already established. And as soon as you knock on that door, pump faking, they will never answer it again.
Right.
Like I made sure that when I talked to the people I was buying dogs from, I made sure, because I know they didn't know me, I made sure to tell them off the top, I'm not a window shopper. I got money. I'm buying. If you have what I want, I'm buying today. So guess what? Their whole shit changed. Now we on that. Let's make a deal now. Now I'm getting all the information I want. Because I didn't go in there inquiring, hey man, how much the dogs cost? If you ain't got no motherfucking money, don't be asking about how much nothing costs. You ain't got no money. Don't ask. Ask when you got some money. Like for real. Don't do that because that make y'all look bad. It really do. And that's what we be dealing with. But man, let's go ahead and cook on this topic, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the topic of tonight, man, is it okay to place a real performance working dog into a pet home? Why or why not? Okay, we're gonna say it again. Is it okay to place a real, keyword, performance working dog into a pet home? Why or why not? Now I want you to think about this before we cook on this. I want y'all to cook first, but when I say real working dog or real performance working dog, this is a dog that is bred to do a job, whatever it might be. There's a lot of dogs that work and are bred to do that. Okay. Not a wannabe, not a pedigree. We talking about a real built performance dog, right? But then, because let's say, for example, the pet home market is bigger than the performance dog market, you have more pet home people inquiring about performance dogs. Is it okay for those dogs to be placed in pet homes because there's more people who are pet dog wanters than real performance dog wanters? Like, like you get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm talking about? Y'all get the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so man, go ahead and cook. Well, I like to cook up last. If I'll let y'all go ahead and cook on that first.
You could go first, Caveman.
Well, basically, my point on it is, if you care about the dog, you won't do that, because the dog's not gonna. In most cases, unless you go over this and they understand what you're selling them, and they have other avenues of occupying this dog's brain and his metabolism, the dog's gonna go crazy and drive them crazy, and you're gonna end up in the pound or coming right back to you. Possibly. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I got it's like a yes and a no on that. Like the person that's getting the dog per se in the pet home should have a little experience on that so-called dog, or else if they don't, that dog's gonna run amok in their house or on them and be a liability, which is gonna fall back on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, the yes part of it, I get they could get the dog if it's, I guess, spayed or neutered too.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You don't want them to be breeding that type of dog, and it's going to more people that don't know what they doing with this dog and know how to handle it.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
You don't want it to become a stray and a nuisance in the city or town and become a threat. And then there's more and more of them in the shelter now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we failed.
Definitely.
We basically failed. Yeah, it's a failure.
Yeah.
But I guess it only if that's like it's already an adult or something, and they already got like its mindset already. Like they say, some dogs when they like 5-6 months, they already know what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
So
Yeah, so everything y'all said is real. That everything y'all saying is correct. You know, the reason why I wanted to really talk about this is, you know, when I look at my program and what I've built over the years, and you know how, like I said, I consider myself Formula One of this dog shit. That's why I'm Formula One canines, right? And frames, brains, and motors is how I cook up dogs. Think about the frame of the dog for performance base. I think about the brain of the dog for performance base with on-off switch. It's very hard to get a dog that's extremely driven with an on-off switch. So brains and then the motors, right? We need maximum drive. I need maximum drive, right? If I'm Formula One. And so me having my program over the years and seeing my dogs, having multiple dogs, seeing how they act in my environment, okay, seeing that, you know, how I cook them up, I haven't used them for what I put in them, other than my conditioning workouts, which is, you know, just basic, that's basic workout type shit. But like for having dogs with maximum prey drive, and you get to see the prey drive in them at its max, and there's no outlet for that dog, I can handle it because that's my program and I understand what I'm doing. So, you know, I can kind of manage it, even though I know for a fact that I'm not letting them let that prey drive out, like go hunting and whatever. Like, hey, go, you know, go chase that skunk over there that be coming around over here. Go chase that fucking raccoon that be, you know, like I don't have that.
you ain't letting them get active.
Correct. With that drive that's in them, with that that I know they would love to do, right?
Yeah.
But then you think about the most of the people who are going to be inquiring or looking at your dogs aren't going to be people who are hunters or who are going to be using your dogs for what you bred them to do, right? So then you take a dog like what I have, or let's say one of my pit bulls that have, I put the maximum prey drive in them, okay? Maximum, okay? That's not just regular prey drive, the max. And then any animal it sees, eventually over time, that clock, see, as a puppy, right? These dogs are children as puppies, just like we were once children. And our genetic makeup hasn't fully developed itself, right? Hasn't fully matured because we're children. So you get this puppy, and it's a loving puppy, and you got a cat, you know, you got the little fucking foo-foo dog or whatever, and it's cool, and they get along. Everything is great, right? And then over time, that dog matures. Now, there's nothing that you did, but in you know, in time, on time, in due time, that dog's genetic makeup starts to kick in, is nature kicks in. And then that cat that was once, you know, oh, they were playing and they're little rustling around, that's cute. Now that cat is looking like some food. Now your little Yorkie and shit, you know, run around there, yap, 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 yap. Now that yap, yap, yap is getting on that damn motherfucking pit bull's nerves. And then now you got a dead Yorkie. Now you got a dead cat. So then for me, like we talk about the liability part, right? Now, of course, that probably ain't gonna come back on me, but I'm just giving y'all an example of something as small as, you know, your little regular pit bull. But if I don't breed regular shit and I'm putting max this and max that, then, you know, I'm putting something in your hand and you just, you know, you want a dope ass pet and shit, right? You never gonna take that dog hunting. You don't live on acreage where that dog can get busy on with a raccoon or whatever, right? You know, you ain't got that shit going on. But now you seeing this dog wreaking havoc on anything that's living, as far as animals. Your neighbor's dog. Like, how the fuck I got my dog in the backyard in the fence. How the fuck it get over there to the neighbor's dog? Motherfucker done chew through your fence. Never hit your fence before, ever. But all of a sudden, that dog chewed a hole through your fence. Chewed a hole through your fence. Or that dog climbed your fence. You never seen that dog climb not one time. Dog climbed your fence. You're like, how did it get out? So, me thinking about my own program and seeing my own dogs, like seeing my dogs climb out of kennels that never climbed before. Seeing dogs break kennel bars that you would think they would never be able to break kennel bars. They was cool, never been. All of a sudden, you like, how the fuck that dog get out? Or seeing dogs take your latch, right? You know them kennel latches. Hey, I got them. What's up, Duro?
What up, Coach?
Yeah, man, we cooking, man.
Good, Duro.
What's good, ready?
Cook on this too, man. But so I got those, I got those heavy duty kennels, right? Them damn gel bar kennels, right? And it's got those latches, and I put a lock on it, right? This boy Shaka, okay, this is the stuff that I'm telling y'all that pet home. I had to think about it. Like pet home people they're gonna be oblivious to the type of shit these dogs can do. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be naive, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be a problem. So this boy Shaka, right? He takes the latch, right? The latch has got two metal prongs, and the latch connects to it and goes down onto the bar, which holds the door shut, and then you put a lock in the hole so that the latch don't go up. This fucking knucklehead Shaka, he's so damn smart. He bites the damn latch because he knows he can't lift it up with his nose because he knows how to open it with his nose. So he knows that he can't. So he takes where the latch is like locked on the little bracket, and he bends the bracket. He bends the bracket to where the latch is no longer in the bracket, lifts that side up and gets out. How the fuck? But when he get out, you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to raise hell. Thank God all the dogs is locked up. Thank God I don't got dogs on chain spots. Right? So I'm hearing a big ass commotion. Like, what the fuck's going on? This nigga Shaka's out. How the fuck you get out? Like, I see the latch on there. Fucker bent the latch. Motherfucker bent that motherfucker. These are dogs that, as yeah, they're good pets. They're good with your kids and all that, because that's what they good with. They're good with your wife. Yeah, that's great. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But when a dog really want prey or whatever it's looking for, and it's determined and it's got the brains to figure it out, dogs all they got is time to figure shit out. Now this dog is fucking running amok, trying to kill everything on the yard. Or let's say your neighbor got some over there. Thank God my shit is like, I got kennels, and then I got them fenced in too. So they're fenced in. My kennels are all fenced in, so they can't get out unless they jump out. Well, I have dogs can jump out, but thank God he didn't jump out. He's worried about one of his rivals maybe. But imagine if that dog got loose to my neighbors' fucking cows and shit and horses. Man, I got a lawsuit. His pit bulls to attack my horses. His pit bulls done killed my goats.
Exactly how it would sound too.
And now I'm sued. So I digress. I got more to talk about when it comes to this. But go ahead, Jerome. I'd love to hear your feedback on this one.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say this because when you breeding dogs with a purpose, performance dogs, real performance dogs, it's dogs with a purpose. They have a job to do, and when you have that type of intensity and that type of dog, you have to first. It starts with us as the breeder. We have to make sure we putting that dog in the right situation. And yes, it's good with people, and it's good with our families. But we got to also think about, like you was just saying, Coach. We got to also think about, who we live around. We got to also think about the horses or the other animals that's around, the neighbor's golden retriever or whatever we got going on. We got to think about those things as the customer buying that dog, and then as the breeder sending that dog to a place where they can't handle that dog. It's a couple, and they looking for their first dog. This might not be the dog for you. Now you might have something like uh maybe something even tempered. That could be a good hiking buddy, or a good like that AK and Snow White probably would be good in pet homes, for the simple fact that they have that guardianship, from Snow White. So it'll probably be a good dog to even tempered dog. Now Coco and AK, no, no, no. I think that should not be sold to somebody who doesn't know what they're getting and doesn't fully understand. They just like the dog. They think the dog is cool. They like, oh man, I just want to go. I like this dog. You know what I mean? But not knowing that this dog can hurt
Right.
somebody that they love, hurt them, hurt what's around them where they live, and even like those dogs we used to send in the old group chat. The police shooting the dogs and stuff. Those dogs get out, they then attack somebody. The police shoot them, put them down. You spent 6K on that dog from Coach, and you see it on the news. You know what I'm saying? You like, dang, is that one of my productions? You know what I'm saying? So that's when we gotta be responsible and make sure that we put the pets in a good home,
In
and
the
with a
right home.
person,
Yeah.
yeah, with the right home, with a person with a steady hand. Because you gotta have a steady hand to deal with a hot dog, or a dog that's trained a certain way. Because that you can't take that out of it. I don't care if you spay it ready, or if you neuter it. It doesn't really matter, because if it's in that dog,
Oh yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
it's still gonna be the
It's
same way.
still gonna be the same.
Yes, sir, it is. So, you know, I think that's when we have to make sure that we putting them in the right position for them
No,
to.
I was saying that so they can't breed them and put those in other homes.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But I was saying, like, even sometimes, like, the vets will say, and this is where I was coming from. Sometimes the vets will say, if you neuter or spay your dog, their aggression will not be as strong as it was. It kind of makes them even. You know what I'm saying? But that's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. So that's what I was saying. Like, that dog got a purpose, and it's in his genetics, it's in his DNA. Listen, man, I don't care what you do to it. You know what I mean? Like, that dog is gonna be what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
All right, so hey, Tony mentioned, he said, are the dogs the only thing we're liable doesn't transfer once, liability doesn't transfer once you take ownership? He says, are the dogs the only thing where liability doesn't transfer once you take ownership? Um, See, that's one thing that we were talking about, where Dora was talking about, if I had AK and Coco puppies available and I sold them, knowing what type of dogs these are, but selling them to a consumer who is just a enthusiast of dogs and was excited about having one. Maybe they wanted to train it, maybe they didn't, but the dog was too much, and then the dog, caused harm to somebody. You know, if the person who's suing that person who bought that dog from me wanted to take it a step further, they're gonna go to the breeder and sue. They're gonna sue me too.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna sue you and the person who made the dog. So
Yep.
then, the reality of it is, I, as the person who bred the dog, who knows the capability of these dogs, should protect myself, so that if that does happen, sorry, sir, I'm not liable for what happens when it leaves my hands, because I have a contract which releases all liability from me if something was to happen outside of me when it comes to this dog. So that would protect me.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, coach, because now what's going on is now most of the cities and states are saying that you have to sell a dog with a license now. So when you have your litters, you have to have that license for the dogs, and this is how they keep track of where you got the dog from. So you remember how I was saying maybe many episodes ago, but I was saying how now you have to have a license for your dogs, like not just your paperwork. So now any dog that's being transported or that's being sold must have a license, or they can take your dogs. They can take your puppy.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now that's why I said to you, because I know people, and I know people behind the scenes, and they were telling me, like, you want to do this thing, your business got to be all the way right, or they could take your dogs. So now they make it mandatory, and you can check with your states, your counties, whatever. But your kennel license and your overall license for each dog that you have is what protects your dog from getting taken from, say, the Humane Society or the health department or a rescue. You see?
Yep.
Yeah.
So now this is what they're doing, and it's just a way to control what the breeders does. But this is what's going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree with you 1,000% with that one. You know, and this is something that we as dogmen who are really striving to produce real performance working dogs. And what I mean by real is that they really are bred to work. They're not just, it's not aesthetically bred based off of what a pedigree says, and that's that. No, like we really put those attributes in there to where, like you were saying, Duro, if you do, clip the balls and take out the uterus of the female, the psyche of the dog is still work regardless of
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Still in the dog to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dog might not be as muscular. Yeah, the bitch might not be as muscular. You know what I'm saying? But the dog's mind is still the same.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a two-edged sword when it comes to if you should or shouldn't. And I would say that you shouldn't if the dog is capable of working. When the dog is ready to retire, done working, pet home is okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay then because now that dog has already ran its course in his mind. It's probably like, okay, I'm calming down. Because when you're older, your dogs get older, they, their drive tapers down naturally. Yeah, they might be rambunctious a little bit, but the difference from when they was on their prime versus when they on they come down. We know the difference. So they done seen enough, scenarios. They probably been around enough situations where they're not triggered like they used to be when they were young and piss and vinegar.
Right.
And because the market is going to be more pet home owners, like even people who want protection dogs, when are they ever going to use the dog to protect them? In reality, like, you're not using that dog for, that shits and training and shit where it's going to be biting and doing all that shit you pay that top tier money for that protection dog. You know what I mean? You just might have it in your backyard.
Yeah.
Maybe nothing goes in your backyard because, maybe you got a pretty decent neighborhood and, your dog ain't never going to really see any action. So it's like, okay, do I really need a top tier level bite type dog or top tier level guard dog if the dog's never going to be put in that scenario? Probably not. Because I know one thing about my dogs, they get, in their mind, they get kind of restless and they start fucking other shit up.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah, like AR, he can't have nothing in his kennel, because he want to fuck it up. But when I let him out run in the yard and shit, all he do is, he don't really be doing shit. He just go around this, walk around, do his little thing, and that's all he do. But when it come to that prey, oh yeah, man, he on that, But anything in that kennel, because he can't get to it, he tearing everything up. Doghouse torn up, concrete bowls torn up. Any roof, he tearing the roof down. Water bowls tore up. He can't have nothing in his kennel. Because in his mind, if he can't get to what he want to get to, anything else, he gonna tear it up. That's how he see it.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Put that comment the good brother Tony said. He said stuff can happen.
Yes,
even
sir.
when stuff can happen, even when crossing all your T's and stuff. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing it the right way, stuff can happen. But that comes with it. That's part of the, like, this the thing, this the misconceptions that a lot of people get, right? They get that they don't know, like, a lot of the public won't know that dogs fight in rescues. Dogs kill other animals in rescues. It's an animal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an animal. It's not, they not gonna put it on the news like if attack, somebody else's pet or attack somebody else, but they're not gonna put it on the news like that. But the thing is that stuff happens. It kill a cat, it'll kill another dog, it'll kill two dogs, it'll bite a staff member. All of that stuff happened just like it would in your yard, just like it would happen if it got out of your yard. So that's why I said put that up, Coach, because that is true. You can't prevent every little thing from happening.
Nope.
But what I like to tell my brothers and dog man, and when I give advice, is I like to tell everybody as much as you can to cover your butt because it helps in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Prevention is defense.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Because anything can happen. Uh, shout out to Reddy, man. Reddy sent me a little clip of a dog biting, like breaking through a goddamn roof. It was in a kennel and it had like a roof, like a real roof over that motherfucker. Climbed up, bit the roof and busted out of there. And Reddy was like, "Yeah, this remind me of your dogs, Coach." I'm like,
same shit.
I'm like, yeah, like that's the reality of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta put like some metal, like a metal sheet,
sheet metal,
like some crazy shit up there. And then too, they over time they'll probably get through that shit too.
Yeah, especially if you got some weak welds. Anything welded, like if you welded that shit on there, man, they'll eventually break them welds. By keep hitting it.
That's a different type of energy.
Well, I mean, it's that drive. It's the drive that we want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and imagine that in a pet home, and the person doesn't know what that is, like, and how to contain it. It's, you know what I'm saying?
They'll be on the news, and that dog will be in the shelter or being put down.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a dog like that, like I always say, like AK and Coco, that's something that'll bite your face off. You can't be, Rufus, boy, you can't do that with that type of dog.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Like that will get you bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, and people don't understand that.
Chew you up. When they babies, they trying to chew you up.
Well, that too, but that's when you knock that out of them and let them know, like, hey, I'm the big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, the pet home owner is not going to really comprehend that. They're, oh, that's my baby. Oh, stop it, Fido.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That dog's like needs some attention,
They're gonna be like, oh, you want to go outside and open the door and that joint going to run out and tear something up.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that happen to owner. Like it was a German Shepherd. It might have been a German Shepherd mix, but it was in that type of thing, in that type of breed, right? And so she was steady baby talking it, like, oh, come on, mommy's gonna, hey, what are you doing? And at this point, it's just biting the leash and tugging. But I saw it going the wrong way. And I'm like, she didn't understand that her voice, by that high pitch that she was using, mommy's gonna, hey, she didn't know that was pissing them off even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing when you go to pet homes, like you have to make sure that these people understand this is going to be an independent dog, lady. This not going to be that dog you're going to be, hey, yeah, it can sleep in your bed, which it can't. So that's the thing. So she didn't understand that the more and more you talk to him in that tone, the more and more he the next thing he did, he grabbed her arm. You see what I'm saying? So now he got the sleeve of her jacket. And I'm watching this and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is her dog. So yeah, man.
And see, this is the reality that we living in when it comes to just the world, and then also, from my experience, the fandemonium, the fandemonium of a Malinois, the fandemonium of a Doberman, the fandemonium of a Connie Corso, just the fandemonium of those dogs make people want them, right? Or one of them working Pro Bowls or whatever the fuck that is popular today, right? But it's like, wait a minute, man. You probably just gonna have this dog in your backyard. The dog gonna get bored because you ain't putting no time in it. So it's like, why you having a working dog that you ain't putting no work in with?
Wasting them.
And then that's when that dog becomes destructive or becomes uncontrollable to the point where, liability is right around the corner. Or the dog is really miserable because the dog really want to work, but you ain't doing nothing with the dog.
Oh yeah. And that happens. Yep.
That happens a lot.
And to be a witness for you guys with my program, like I see it in my own dogs. Like I see it in Shaka. I see it in AR. I see it in these dogs that is on their Jason and Freddie. But they can't do what they bred to do. So it's like, you know how certain dogs, they got so much drive, they'll chase anything and shit like that. But then you got certain dogs that use their brain, right?
Yeah.
And they say to themselves, that's a ball, daddy. I don't want to chase no ball.
You know the difference.
Oh, that's a flirt pole. Okay, I'll chase it for a little bit because what is that? Then it chases it for a while. Because this is what my dogs do. AR is my example. He used to do the flirt pole and shit. He used to do all the shit AK do. Flirt pole, bite the spring pole. Over time in his mind, I did that flirt pole. He wasn't fucking with it. Like, I did a spring pole, throw the spring pole out there, let him do that shit. He don't want to bite that sleeve and shit. No, he was doing that shit early bird when he was like 1.5 with AK. He was doing that shit, loving it. You know what I mean? Now that motherfucker, I put him out in the yard, no ball, no spring ball. He don't want to do that. You know what he do? He looking around, just walking around the perimeter looking for shit. That's all he do. He do like Shaka. Him and Shaka like two in the same. They got the same mama. All they want to do, I let them out in the yard. They just want to go and look for animals and shit. That's it. That's it. So I just let them. Because I throw a ball, they won't fetch. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have no drive. It's that in their mind, their drive is for what I bred them for. I didn't breed them to fucking chase balls and flirt poles, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it as a breeder. That's cool when the dog is bored and shit. But when the dog knows, like, yo, this bite toy is not squealing.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not alive.
Yeah, it's not squirming and worming and getting me excited to make me want to bite it some more. Like, dogs understand that when they understand what they're bred to do. And then let's say a consumer gets your stuff, excuse me, a pet home person get a dog like that because it's cool and they got other pets. Now when they see that little dog, family dog, and they want to, now it's ready to chase your family dog. And then when your dog makes that noise that is hurt, now that dog goes crazy and wants to kill it.
Yeah. Prey.
That's the prey. Exactly. Then you wondering why, like, damn, this dog, my dog killed my other dog. Oh my God. Well, if you never experienced that, you wouldn't know no different. We've experienced that because I've had kennel accidents. They've never experienced a kennel accident. They probably only had 2 dogs ever. But they have a prey-driven dog with a fucking toy dog and shit, family dog. Like, come on. Or your cat. Oh, God, always wanted a pit bull or always wanted me a guard dog. Well, ma'am, my dog's got maximum prey drive in it. And then I had to think about this too when it comes to my fucking band dogs. It's like if I'm wanting to make man stoppers and I sell you a pet home person who I just want a dog to protect my home, but you really ain't got no real true threat to your home, and that dog gets overprotective of you and your family, and one of your relatives come over that shouldn't be over, or one of the kids jump in the yard that should be in the yard, and that dog automatically kills that kid or fucking mauls your fucking cousin. That's my fault. In my eyes. Because maybe you didn't understand what I meant by maximum prey and man drive. Maybe you didn't understand that that's a man stopper. Maybe you didn't understand that because you was comfortable because that dog was good with you and your family, but you really didn't understand that dog really ain't cool with nobody but you and your family.
Yep.
You understand that part. Maybe you didn't understand.
Sometimes it be either or too. The dog might like your girl or your wife and not you, or the other way around.
See, okay, so let me elaborate on that. See, I'm glad you brought that up. See, when that happens, that's an energy play. Like if you bought a dog and that dog was around you and your wife at the same time, right? That dog should respect you and your wife. Now, because your wife or your girl has, especially if you got a male now, if you got you and your wife or you and your girl and you got a male dog, that male dog knows the pheromones of a woman.
Correct.
So he's going to be more protective over her because that's pussy to him.
Yep.
That's natural. So yes, okay, he's gonna take sides of mama. We get that because he know mama got the pussy and he smell it. He know, okay, that's the female. I'm protect the female because that's how they are when it comes to their bitches. But let it be another male challenging them, then you know what time it is. That's why you can't really keep male with males with dogs. It's gonna be male with females is cool because they understand, okay, that's pussy, they can coexist. But male on male, same thing with us with our male dogs. But see, we establish the authority with our male dogs, so they know at the end of the day, we daddy.
Yep.
So they're not going to disrespect us, even though, if we was bitch, they would challenge us for sure. So that's when you say that, Reddy, see, that's because the dog feel the energy, let's say that man, that you know what, you a bitch in the family, nigga. Real talk.
I agree. I agree
too.
You know what I'm saying? Mama run the household, your girl run the household, you the bitch. So I see that the fucking feminine energy that I'm attracted to because I'm a dog and I smell that pussy. I know she the female. She treat me good. You know how the girls treat the dogs. Oh, come here. They do that shit. And the male dogs like that. But then they see your weak ass with her. They watching you. Dogs see how weak you are with mama. They're like, oh, you a bitch. So I'm gonna treat you like that. And the dogs really do that.
That joint be right in the bed with her.
Oh yeah, man.
Coming home from work or something.
Growl at your ass. Yeah. Yeah. You growling at me? Fucking fight on. Because you a bitch. That's my bitch. He done took your girl from you and shit. But that's an energy thing. You know what I'm saying, Reddy? Like, like that's all it is with dogs. Dogs don't speak. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't speak English, Spanish, none of that. Dogs speak energy. You know what I'm saying? So when they read your energy, they either gonna respect it or check it. And if you don't check it back when that dog checks you, then it's gonna run amok. And if
Yep.
we're dealing with working dogs, the real ones that have a job, okay, yes, there are pets too. They're part of our family, yes. But if the dog has an ability, you buying a protection type dog or you buying a working type hound, whatever it might be, a Malinois, understand what's in that dog and make sure that you do things to feed, to exhaust that drive, that working drive out of them, because if not, they're going to redirect it somewhere that you probably not going to be happy with. Or, they're going to be looking like, I mean, shit, I said, from my own experience. I look at, like I said, I had to look at my, like Shaka, for example, I looked at him and I understood why he was an asshole. I understand why AR-15 was an asshole, because they want to kill some shit. They want to go and hunt. I haven't took them on a hunt. I haven't let them go and kill something. So instead, they're not going to challenge me. They'll do things that piss me off. Shaka, he want to get at something so bad that when I come around, he goes and run back and forth up against the kennel bars and slams himself up in there like a fucking ape. This will show me that he with all the shits. He's like telling me, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. So instead of him talking, he's showing me his energy. Look how hard I'm going while you're here just to get out so I can get at fucking AR-15 because he thinks he's a shit. Like, this is stuff that I understand, but the pet home is not going to understand that when they see a dog doing crazy shit like that.
Right. The first thing they're going to do is try to get rid of it or put it down.
Yeah, or ignore it. Oh, that's not he's just, they'll just ignore it, right? Because it's a pet. They're not spending no time, real time with it anyway. It's probably just in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably have it on the chain, right? They'll have a dog like Shaka on the chain, and then Shaka will break that chain and be gone. So, like, how the fuck did he break that chain? Well, you don't know. The whole time you was going, that motherfucker was going round and round and round and round and round. And, with the sand, it's like, the dirt is like sandpaper and shit. Dog do that shit fucking 100,000 times, man. That chain starts wearing and wearing and wearing, or the collar starts getting fucking more weak, more worn out.
He slipped
off of it.
right out of that shit.
Yeah, broke right out of that motherfucker. Like, where's my dog at? I had him. Dude, you didn't know the drive in your dog. Your dog you didn't take it somewhere to work that drive off so that if it was on the chain, it could chill. So you know what I mean? It's chill on the chain. Because now his mind says, okay, the chain is chill, but soon I'm gonna be off this chain. But most people, dogs just stay on the chain.
Yep.
Or most of the time, my dogs is in their kennel until they get their yard time. So majority of their times in the kennel, and that whole time in the kennel, they wait either getting on the yard or, like, for example, with, let's say, Shaka, he want to get at some prey, whether it be the shit he see in the woods, he hear in the woods, or AR-15 or Holy Spirit. Yeah, he hated Holy Spirit.
Shit.
But this is the things that, okay, should I be allowing people who are pet enthusiasts who want a working dog as a pet and say, oh, coach, I want to work it, like we talk about, oh, I want a bull herder. Oh, that's cool. Should I really place one of those in your hands when you're not going to go take it to do any Schutzen type work? You're not gonna, you're not gonna do anything that a dog is bred to do, like for you to say you got one. Like I gotta think about it. Like, no, that's not right. It's not okay for me to place that dog in a pet home. It's not okay.
It ain't doing the justice for the human or the dog.
Or the dog, ready? Yes. The human or the dog. But see, that's what most people, they see dogs, they see it for the aesthetics. They don't see it for the fact that, okay, this dog wants to work. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy motherfucker. Why am I buying a working dog when I'm a lazy fucking owner? Because it's cool. And that's why most people buy dogs, because they're cool. Yep. And we're really doing, and honestly, we're doing the dogs dirty more than, you know, for humans, we got the common sense. The dogs don't have the common sense that humans have, right? The dogs don't have the logic. That's why we the rulers of all animals, right? Because the animals don't think like us, right? Especially dogs, they just want to please.
Right.
So we're really doing the dogs wrong by putting them into people's hands that shouldn't own them.
Right.
I'm grateful I got a 10 by 10. I'm grateful I got a 10 by 10 setup for my Malinois, where she can run around that bitch. She can jump up and down in that bitch. Can't put no roof on it because she can tear it down. Okay. She hasn't figured out how to fucking climb out like fucking AK's fucking kids can do. But I'm sure once if she watched them do it, like she thinks she's a bulldog now because she's been watching them wild out, she would figure out how to climb out. Of course, you know them dogs are smart. This is how you climb out? I'm gonna climb out. She hasn't figured it out yet. But the point is that I got a 10 by 10 that she can run around in and get her energy out. And you know what I mean? She's not confined, even though she's contained. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But is gonna have a 10 by 10 nice area for their dog? They probably would just let it run in the backyard and then find out that Malinois is gone because that Malinois done jumped your motherfucking fence. Or they might put it in a crate when they're gone. They crate train that motherfucker. And then you find out that Malinois done bit out that goddamn crate. Unless you got one of the metal ones they use in the military.
Problem solving. That's all that dog's doing all day is problem solving.
Them dogs want to work. They're bred to work. They're bred to go, 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 go. That's what they want to do. Go, go. If you don't have that type of atmosphere for a working dog, whatever working dog you have, but you own them, I mean, damn it, man. I mean, fuck. Poor dog. Poor dog.
Facts.
Now, if you got these show type dogs that are performance dogs, that's really like couch potatoes, but they in a working dog body, then that's different. There's a lot of those dogs out there. We know that. There's a lot of that's like them Lamborghini kit type cars and shit. but no, those Ferrari kit type dogs, but they really Toyota MR2s and shit. Remember those Toyota MR2s? Remember that shit?
Yep.
But they you put a Ferrari body kit on that motherfucker, MR2 Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of dogs are that way now. They watered down. So okay. For the pet homes, there's a market for you to get not real performance dogs, but they're in performance dogs body styles. They're out there. But if we know, right, the replicas, shout out to Dylan, man. The replicas, yeah. But we're not talking, that's why I put on here the real ones, y'all. You feel me? The ones who we cook them up or the breeders cook them up to really work. And we like those dogs for their working ability and their aesthetics, phenotypically and genotypically. We buy them and then we put them to work. So goes back to me and my pit bull program. If we're not in the pit no more with these dogs, and then they're not in there being catch dogs, right? Then what the fuck are we doing with the pit bull?
Exactly.
What the fuck are we talking about game for? This is what I'm telling myself. Why am I putting maximum prey drive in my dogs? Why I gotta give my fellow dogman who's gotten dogs from me that's part of my pit bull program, I gotta give them a disclaimer like, hey man, watch out for kennel accidents because 9 times out of 10 that what I put in my dogs, even though you got some good dogs, right? But what I put in my dogs because that's what I do as an artist. Frames, I put max. What do you say, Duro?
Oh, my fault.
Okay, I put maximum in my shit, not just good drive, maximum. So then when you see that turned on, you're going to see a Tasmanian devil. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see a dog that's not going to feel any pain, but you're going to see maximum damage to the point of no return. So why am I cooking dogs up like that for? If those dogs can't do what's in their chip, what's in their mind, that's what we have to say as dogmen. Why am I owning a pit bull that has that type of drive for when it's just right now all it can do is bite on this damn tug toy and hang on this spring pole and shit? Like, what the fuck?
I wonder how many other people came to that conclusion over the years.
Bro, they haven't
went to another breed.
Man, I don't think they have. I think they're okay, and they think their dog is happy by flirt poling them and stuff like that. I think that they think their dogs is happy by playing fetch. They think their drive is tamed by that. Maybe that's it.
That's right. But then they see what the dog is doing when they get loose and get a hold of a little dog.
Maybe they don't get to see that. Maybe they don't live in a country where, they got little critters and stuff that they can actually, see their dog.
I'm talking about it like in the city, like where I'm at.
Oh, yeah.
Action.
Yeah. They ain't going to see that. They'll see that. Like you said, they see that with the neighbors' dogs.
Yeah.
In the city, because that's what I was seeing it when I was living in the city, in the residential.
Right.
And my dog's chewing through my fence going after my neighbor's dog. Or I'm walking the dog and my neighbor's walking their dog, but the bitch ain't got no leash on her dog, and her dog run up on my dog. My dog fucking ragdolls the motherfucker.
See?
You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta fucking, risk my limbs because I don't want to get, sued by my fucking neighbor. And I want my neighbor thinking, oh my God, your dog killed my dog. I told y'all that story. It's like, ma'am, you had your dog off a leash and that bitch ran up on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I wasn't gonna let my dog kill her dog, so I had to sacrifice myself. My hands in my dog's mouth, choking my dog out to save her dog. But this is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
These dogs, most consumers or most people who want pets, they're not gonna sacrifice. They're gonna, they're not gonna know how to break the dog up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Everybody's gonna be screaming and hollering. Oh my God! What are you gonna do? Stop it! Stop it! Stop, Fido! Stop!
They're gonna be dragging the dog back.
Your dog. People you don't know are gonna be coming over there kicking your dog.
Kicking your dog. The dog ain't gonna do that. Dog ain't gonna get off. Someone gonna stick their finger up your dog's ass and shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You ever tried this?
Hey, that shit was so funny when I seen that video.
Man.
If a dog's bite is not gonna stop, if a dog get bit in his balls and is not gonna stop, you think a finger in the dog's ass gonna stop that dog? Stop it.
Hell no.
Stop playing.
That shit gonna make him go even more.
He'll go even more nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you got a finger in my ass. I'm about to tear this motherfucker even more. You bastards, you. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a thin line, man. The majority of people that's going to be inquiring about our type of dogs is going to be dog enthusiasts and pet people. There's very few people that really work their dogs.
Yeah.
That's the reality that we in, right? There's very few people who are hog hunting. And like I said, most catch dog guys is going to be having them hybrid dogs. They don't have hybrid dogs. They're going to be having mixed dogs, F1s and F2s for their catch dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them going to do it like that. So,
ugly ass dog.
Yeah, shit. They don't need no purebred for no catch dog.
Nope.
Yeah.
They just needed to do a job. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they just need that.
They're gonna be ugly as hell, but they're gonna do their job.
They're gonna do their job, though. I mean, that's all you needed to do, right? You
still might want that pit bull from you. This shit crazy. Bring that over. Let me put that into my lurcher or whatever they got over.
Yeah, but they're not gonna want to pay though.
Yeah, then we get to that.
Correct. So they'll get you know, they'll get one from the shelter or something like that. Maybe they get one for their homeboy, do it for free and shit. Like, hey man, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Going, it's all good. You know what I mean? They're not gonna spend, you know, like they're not gonna spend and say if you really cooking it to do that, they're not gonna spend like that. And like I said, you know, I had to think about the man stoppers. It's like band with the band dog, you know, me being new to band dogs and like, oh, I want to make a man stopper. And I remember I talked to an OG that I got one of my bulldogs from, and I told him I was gonna make man stoppers. He kind of stopped. He's in the 70s. He's like, he had to stop. He's like, coach, that word, man, you got to take it easy with that word, man stopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, why, man? You know what I'm saying? Why? He's like, probably because when you say you got your dogs are man stoppers and something happens, that's gonna fall back on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, I'm not really thinking about it like he's saying it, but as I'm maturing as a dog man and I'm understanding by looking at dogs, watching dogs on dogs interaction and seeing the damage that they do to each other, but you put that ability and that drive to do that to a human, and I claim my dogs are man stoppers, and one of my dogs stop a man, accident or on purpose, guess what they're going to refer back to? They're going to refer back to what I said about my dogs. Well, Your Honor, he said his dogs are man stoppers. I was like, damn, oh shit. Hey, that's that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say used against you in the court of law, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I had to think about that too, about the band dogs.
And them joints want people and animals.
And prey.
Shit.
And I'm making these band dogs with the max and the max. Excuse me, these band dogs with the maximum prey and the maximum man drive, right? Now I don't instigate my dogs, but I'm sure if somebody was to instigate them, I'm sure, you know, they'll turn up even more. But I've told you before that I've seen the natural instincts in 8-month-old puppies when it comes to strangers. The man drive. I seen it. Like, whoa. I downplayed it. I told you I downplayed it with my nephew, but I seen it too. I saw what he saw. Like that, now they 8 months, they kids. Now they just kids. You know what I'm saying? You know, they balls, you know, they starting to get their little semen in their balls and shit, 8 months. You know what I'm saying? They might be able to drop some seeds out their little balls. But I'm like, not really thinking about it, but I'm like, yo, if they doing that at fucking 8 months, imagine when they mature and they understand what they can really do, how they gonna act.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be just the barking and crazy foaming at the mouth. It's gonna be attack.
Yep. Straight up attack. No bark, no growl.
Yeah. Stranger, oh, I don't like them. Drive. You're a stranger. Oh, you gonna fight me? Oh, I like it when you fight me. You gonna scream? Oh, I like it when you scream and holler.
And if they see blood, if it's their blood while they fighting, they still want it more. Huh? Shit like that.
Man, when you have dogs that don't feel the pain, you know, like you can stab it and shit, unless you stab it right in the right place where that motherfucker bleed out. You can punch it, you can kick it. It ain't, you know, you're gonna hurt yourself before you hurt the dog.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna have to really like I said, you're gonna have to put it in a sleeper. Hey, remember that one that we seen already? Where I think it's that police officer put that dog in a sleeper that bit his hand.
Oh yeah.
That's how he got his hand out his fucking mouth.
Yep.
Motherfuckers think that shit ain't, you know, hey, motherfuckers think I just be just saying that type shit. Like, nah, bro.
You really
That's the only way you're gonna get that dog to let off you. If you got a dog that's biting you, and like I said, this is life-saving shit. This is limb-saving shit. You fall on that dog with all your weight, and hopefully you got it, and you just put it in a sleeper, man, to where that dog eventually will either pass out or cough. If not, you're not getting that dog off your hands.
Yeah, it's over.
That dog gonna ragdoll your shit. Nigga, what can you do? You ain't gonna hit it off that. Come on, man. The dog bites each other. They be locking on each other. You think your bite or your punch is gonna hurt that dog when another dog's bite don't be hurting it?
Hell no.
So you got to do something that's going to get that dog to exhaust itself out or not be able to breathe to where it passes out, you put it in a sleeper, or it can cough to get the dog off you.
Facts.
Other than that, good luck. And like I was saying too, if you have a dog like I have, let's say with AK, I have a metal brake stick that I got from Ray Allen. Expensive too. Okay. I know if I put that in AK's mouth and I'll fucking pry that bitch, that motherfucker won't open that. I'll bend that motherfucker in his mouth. He not letting it go. You have some dogs that don't like that pain shit to them, turns them up even more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand the type of dogs you're dealing with when you have dogs with a max level of whatever you put in it. A max level. You guys may have never seen a dog that don't feel pain. Like, imagine a dog that don't feel pain. What can you do to a dog that don't feel pain? Nothing. You gotta put it to sleep.
Yeah.
You gotta give him a sleeper.
Hey,
But
Coach.
see, yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to ask you. So we wasn't on the panel where you was talking earlier. So what, you had a bunch of people hit you up saying they was gonna buy dogs and wouldn't buy the carrier, wouldn't pay for the carrier?
Bruh, I gave people opportunity. Name your price. I didn't know. Tell me. Name your price. You want it? Plethora. Facebook and a plethora of individuals hit me up. That means a lot. If y'all don't know what a plethora means.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And I told them to find your own transporter because I'm not doing the work. I did that for another person of mine. And as I said, if you listening, it is what it is, man. I did it for you. I didn't say your name. But I did it for them, and they said their money was right, everything was ready to go. I called my people, got the price for them, and I still ain't got I still ain't got that shit going. So it's like that twisted my nipple personally. But yes, to answer your question, I even had one that I was gonna do. Bless the brother. Hey man, just pay for the transporter, just because he had the whole little play down. He comes, I'll do that. I need a dog. All right, cool, man. That's all. You get the transporter. I still ain't heard from the motherfucker. You can't even afford a fucking transporter. The fuck? What's going on, man? That's why I had, that's why I said I had to reflect. Girl, I had to reflect, man. I had to reflect on my pivot. I had to say, man, God don't make no mistakes, we do. Coach, you just made a mistake. You know what I mean? You made a mistake going all out when it came to your program. And you made a mistake thinking that, people are eligible and capable of, getting dogs,
Right.
whether for free or whether it be purchasing them. You just assume that people are you. And that's my problem. It's been my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that there are people like myself on the planet. And 9 times out of 10, they're not. And if that 9 is there, or that's even that 1, man, praise the Lord, man. I'm having the Holy Ghost, man. I'm tearing the church up. Boy, we going crazy. Straight up. I'm serious, man. I'm praising the Lord. Hallelujah, man. I'm hugging and kissing, man. We cheers and because that's how it is, man, when it comes to this shit. Because, bro, like what? Like what? I wish I paid for all my shit.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, my nephew had a situation. I helped my nephew out. I just actually came up because I could do something with Coco.
Yeah.
But I'm in a position where my nephew could be like, hey, Unc, take my Malinois for me, Unc. Plus, do something with her. All right, I could do that for you. But I'm sure if he didn't have nobody, he ain't gonna depend on his homeboys for that Malinois. He probably got to get that bitch to a shelter.
Yeah.
His homeboys gonna be able to handle that dog.
Crazy.
So I'm thinking to myself, right? I got 37,000 fucking followers on IG.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 people that watch my stories every time I put a story up. I get 50 to hundreds of DMs if I post dogs. Y'all ain't got no money for no transporter?
So nobody ain't get nothing, man?
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
However, the majority of the ones that hit me about it, that was saying that they was getting it, I ain't heard from them yet. And like I said, I'm not gonna do the work I'm not doing the work for these niggas, man. My reputation's on that shit, man. I call my fucking transporter up. Hey, can you give me, can you take care of me? Hey, coach, I got you. But then don't follow through. I don't like that shit happening to me. I don't want that shit happening to my people.
Yeah, that's about
I want
that.
you to keep up the line when I hit you up. When I hit you up, I want you to hit me up fast. Coach, yeah, I'm flying out here. I'll fit you in. I like that type shit, Duro. Hey, I'll fit you in. What you need? I'll work around that for you, coach. What's the price you need? Okay, well, the economy's shifted up. I normally charge that, but since you fuck with me, coach, I'll give it to you for that. Okay, cool. I can hit my client up. Hey, man, they're gonna do this. Okay, cool. I don't hear. Okay, cool. And then I'll hear from your ass.
Yeah.
You look stupid.
That's window shopping.
Robert, this is the wave, though. This is what it is. Like, this is the norm. It's very abnormal to find the individuals who is hitting you and ready. Like, hitting you like, yo, coach, I always wanted AR-15. Coach, you getting rid of AR-15? Oh, man, shit. Okay, shit. I'm arranging. I'll make the arrangement. What? I heard from you, nigga. What the fuck?
But they're also probably calling you because you the dog guy.
Well, I mean, the fanfare is fine, but don't be pump faking me. If you want to be a fan, hey, coach, like I had a lot of people hit me up, coach, don't do that. They're telling me don't do it. Don't, coach. But it's like, they don't know I'm doing a pivot at the end of the day. But I will respect that. Coach, I respect that when you're talking like that. But if you're talking like you're going to get something.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I feel you, coach.
That's my thing, Doro. That's my thing, Ready. That's my thing, chat. I don't do that. I don't like it done to me. I'd rather you be like, damn, man, if I, because I've had some of my dudes hit me up like, coach, if I had my land, I would get that. Respect. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I get that. Okay, cool. I let it be like that. Okay, cool. I respect that. You hit me up like that. I respect that. But you like, oh, I need to get coach. I need to get that. Don't let nobody get it.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's all day shit right there.
Coach, how much a transporter gonna cost? No, you go find that out, nigga. You let me know. You know what I mean? Like, that's a service. See, that's a service that I do for my people. When I go and I find all this and do all that work for you, all you gotta do is come with your chan, right? Coach do all the work, line up the play. You pay for the lineup. I do the service. But if I'm blessing you, I'm not getting paid for the service. I'm giving you a gift. You do your service now, since you got the gift. But that's what I'm like now. I'm like, damn, motherfuckers can't even do that for themselves. So that's why I was, venting about it and had to like reflect on it when I was talking to y'all. Like, bro, like damn, you know what I mean? There's a that other side of the coin. I thought both sides of the coin was black, but the other side of the coin is gray. Cause it's like, bro, I ain't gotta deal with that other side of the shit no more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The pivot now makes sense for me in my program because what I'm doing and how I'm cooking and the dogs that I have, I'm one of the few, which is the few in that type of market, real performance working dog market, that want it and will pay for it. There's few of us who are that way. Few. The majority of them are just, they see that concept car, that new concept car that's coming out in 2020 fucking 8. Ooh, I'm gonna get that. Ooh, I'm gonna get that. Ooh, did you see that new concept fucking car? Ooh, that shit gonna be dope. 2028 is gonna come. I'm gonna be ready. 2028 come. They got a fucking 1 of 500. There's a list. None of them is on the list.
Yeah.
And that's another reason too. I had to think too, because you know how we always relate things to the car industry, right?
Mhm.
If you think about all the like high performance, top tier level sports cars in any type of brand, whether it be Ford, Chevy, like the Ford Shelby Mustang and all that shit. There's only a few of them that they make. You go to the dealership, you might see one in the dealership.
Right.
Because they'll know if they put a whole bunch of them in a lot, everybody be over there begging for a test drive. Everybody be over there trying to sit in that motherfucker. That's why you go to them dealerships, them cars mostly be locked, and they make you go get a salesman to go unlock it before you go inside that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know everybody want to go to that motherfucking rare shit. Oh my God. Because you know that's how it is when you pull up in that shit. You pull up in that Hellcat, whatever, that different shit. You pull up to the block with that shit. Everybody coming over to your car. Oh my God. They you know, oh my God, you got that shit. Ain't nobody got one of those. Same thing with these dogs.
Yep.
So they're going to hit you like, you know, they want to test drive. They want to hit you like, you know, they're going to be put on the list. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, well, shit, in real life, there is a waiting list for them damn cars. Matter of fact, motherfuckers don't put deposits down for them motherfucking cars. Before they even come on the fucking assembly line, they got deposits.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the same way with these dogs. But for us in this lane, when it comes to performance dogs, right, it's different. It's different than, let's say, the bully lane, or let's say the Frenchie lane, or these other type dogs that, you know, they buying aesthetics and they buying hype. And the majority of people that's buying them expensive type dogs is part of that network marketing that we're talking about. Like, for example, I'm going to give an example. A Brazilian pit bull dog.
Oh man.
Okay. Now I don't know if y'all been following Samba Kennels, man. Shout out to Aria. They just sold that dog Chic for 180,000, I think, 130,000. Yeah.
Dang.
Now watch this. The reason why Aria and them is doing so well, because they got a fucking network already. There ain't no average consumer. All them people that be wolfing in her DMs, she ain't selling dogs to them motherfuckers. They're not affording her price tag. All them window shoppers. You know what she's saying? Sorry, those dogs already sold. That's what she's saying to the motherfuckers hitting her up. Hey, I want a Brazilian fucking pit bull. Whatever they call them, Brazilian bulldog. Sorry, they're already sold. That's what she's saying to every one of them. Sorry, you gotta get on the list. All the window shoppers she getting. Sorry. You gotta. They're already sold. Sorry, sold out. That's what she's doing. You know why? Because she got a network of motherfuckers already. They're already a network of breeders. They're already motherfuckers already associated with the Brazilian bulldog. She's already affiliated. She's affiliated already, man. She got Cat on her. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cat from Bossy. You know what I'm saying? She got Cat on the clip. She got Cat in her chat. I mean, excuse me, in her comments. Cause she see what Aria and them's doing. They got a wave. That's not Cat got our Bossy already got her wave. But see, Bossy got to respect Aria and them because Aria don't need fucking Bossy.
Yeah. They got the new wave.
They got the new wave. For sure. So you as somebody might be from the outside looking in, you might think you can get you a Brazilian bulldog and do the same thing Aria and them's doing. Not ta. Not you not going to do that like them because you don't got the network. You're not going to sell one of your fucking Brazilian bulldogs for 180,000 like she going to do. Like she just did and they camp just did because you're not affiliated with the camp. She worldwide with her shit. Her camp is worldwide with the shit. She not selling to no consumers ain't buying. She's selling to other breeders and shit. Us doing these performance dogs, right? How many motherfuckers is really working these dogs? Not many of them.
Not many, yeah.
And then, like I was telling y'all how I'm going to be moving in my new direction. It's like I need to be selling my dogs to people who's doing them Schutzens and all that type shit in the military.
Yep.
So now I gotta market my dogs to them. I'm not gonna be able to come out the gate and swing home runs when they don't know about the coach, huh? I gotta go in and give some gifts to some top tier dog men. I might have to do a breeding. Check out. I might have to do a breeding of those Cocos and AKs and gift them. I might have to take that whole litter, that first litter, instead of all these pet homes that's just woofing like they want to buy them and really don't qualify to buy them. Like, man, you know what? Y'all woofing. Y'all ain't got the money right anyway. I'm giving these dogs to the right dog man. I'm just gonna give it to them. Hey,
they're gonna do what that dog needs to be done.
Correct.
Choose the dog.
Correct. Which will hopefully in turn pay me back on the back end.
Right.
Instead of
it's a hustling mentality right there.
I mean, instead of just getting all hyped up on the hype and showing these concept dogs and all the people who love what the concept looked like and was, they wishing upon a star. And like I said, I'm not knocking y'all, but it is what it is. I gotta keep it real. Y'all wishing upon a star. Y'all got the fucking concept dog poster up, but you will never fucking drive one. It's like you having that Ferrari up, but you will never drive one. You got Ferrari posters, Lamborghini. I'm gonna get one of these days, nigga. Yeah, right. You ain't got no money to get one, motherfucker.
Facts.
How you gonna get one? You got $250,000? You got 350,000? Oh, I'm gonna get one. What you gonna do? You gonna sell dope? What you gonna do? You gonna be a rapper? None of y'all going to school. None of y'all trying to be an engineer. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all, very few of y'all niggas are some entrepreneur ass niggas that want to put in some work. Most of y'all motherfuckers is lazy as fuck. How y'all gonna get a $350,000 car? Sound good?
Right.
That's the same thing we got to think about these performance dogs. It's like we cook them up. We cook them up to do the fucking work and use the best genetics to do it. Let's say you do got the money. Let's say, okay, cool. I sell it to you, man. Like we said, I sell it to you, but you're not going to take that dog out and do protection work. You're not going to spend money and invest in that dog to go get it trained and go work it. You just got it in your fucking backyard. The fuck? Why should I sell that dog, man? I'm doing my dog an injustice.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my dog out for $4,500. So it's like you got to think about these things, and the only way you think about these things, fellas, is you got to go through it. Like Coach had to go through it. I had to experience it to say, wait a minute, man, wait a minute, wait. I made a mistake, nigga. The fuck? I'm not. My lane is not for pet homes. My dogs ain't for the pet lovers, even though I consider my dog a pet to a degree, because I love it. I love my dogs. But at the same time, I expect my dogs to work. Right? I love Big Bertha. I love Red Tiger. But I hated the fact they can't breathe and they can't work. You might have owned Big Bertha and she probably would have never even exhausted herself because she would have been on your couch.
Yeah.
But that's not what I wanted Big Bertha for. That's not what I wanted Red Tiger for. I like to condition my dogs. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if them dogs was on a hunt using that pet drive. They would have lasted the first hunt, they would have died. The first fucking hunt.
Yep, they would have exhausted themselves off the half mile.
Not even a half mile. Already probably like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, we're trying to give them the benefit. Can't even give them that.
Man, bro, we'd have been CPR them damn dogs right then and there, man. CPR, all bad. Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, Coach, I'm about to hop off this joint. But
salute, bro. We appreciate
you, man.
Up here
and kick it with you. You know what I mean? Show my love and all that.
Hey, shout out your show, man. I mean, shit, you doing another one on Sundays and stuff? I mean, shout out your show, man.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna do another joint. Excuse me, but I'm gonna have Coach on not the next episode, but the following episode. So I mean, if you want to check that out, that'll be on Doro Ricio Bully Camp channel. Check it out. I got a podcast called Doro Lounge. We talk with the panel. Shout out Nell Mac, GR80. Shout out my man Yella. And we kick it all the time. And just like this show. And we just give game and all that. So, you know what I mean? Just dog man talk and brotherhood. So, you know what I mean? If you want to check it out, you know what I mean, check it out. Nothing but love. You know what I mean? Love, ready?
All right, Doro Love.
Love, coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love, man.
All right.
All right, bless. Yeah. So, like I was saying, y'all, like these are the things that, you all should be thinking about if you guys have dogs that are working dogs and you happen to, have some leftover that you might be, willing to let go to the public. And if your dogs really have that drive, right, to work and, you selling them to a little, or whatever, you giving it away to somebody who won't work the dog, I mean, like we said, you're not doing anything proper for the dog. You know what I mean? You signing that dog up for a miserable life.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
you really are. Because even though my dogs like attention, right? And they like to be petted, they like to work even more than the petting.
Yeah. That petting's probably gonna amp them up.
Right. Or they'll just be more dependent on that because they can't put their energy toward the drive. So they'll be more like hooked on you. That's how you get very possessive dogs where, like how Caesar come into some of these people's homes and they got these dogs that nobody can come toward their owner and shit.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah.
Well, because they drive is now toward the owner.
Yeah.
It's like shit. The dog want to do something, but it ain't doing nothing but laying on your fucking couch.
Yeah.
Because you a lazy owner. And that's how most of these dogs, they adapt. But then there's some dogs that don't adapt. Some dogs that's really like about that. And as soon as they get their chance, they're going to show you what they're about.
And that be the problem that I see a lot. And like I see a lot of these videos, it be like the shortest person with the biggest dog ever. Like, what you doing, bro?
That shit don't make a lot of stuff don't make any sense when it comes to social media. A lot of stuff don't make no sense when it comes to people. It just doesn't really add up. And I get it. You know what I mean? Like people don't really use their brain. Remember in school they said that the average human only uses 10% of their brain. 10%.
Facts.
10%. Where's the other 90%? What's the other 90% doing? Watching TV?
On the couch.
Right? Watching TV, listening to the fucking rap music and shit. What else? What's the rest of the 90% doing? Watching porn. What else is it doing? Nothing. And when I think about that 10%, and I think about those nerds when I was in high school that everybody made fun of. I wasn't that type, you know what I'm saying? Because I got along with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I felt sorry for them because I had empathy as a young person. I still do. So I always felt sorry for them and I always defended them and shit like that. But I didn't know who they was going to be. The motherfuckers that probably use 50% or more of their brain.
Right.
I didn't know them niggas was going to be fucking Bill Gates and Elon Musk and all them rich ass niggers. Excuse my language.
Driving Lamborghinis and fucking models.
Yeah, fucking all the baddest bitches you wish you had. Got more money than they could ever spend in 1,000 lifetimes. Oh, wow. But, you was in the gym. You was the handsomest and shit. You was fucking a little fucking high school thoughts and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, who would have thought, right? But that's the same thing with these dogs. We as dog men, we need to use our brain for these dogs too. We need to think about it. Yeah. Okay, well, shit. If I'm making these type dogs, You know, if I want these dogs to have maximum prey drive, why do I want them to practice? What are they going? How am I going to utilize what I put in these dogs? Is it fair? That's why I said it's like if I bred a fucking basketball player's son, but there's no basketball and no hoop for him to fucking use his talent on. Why'd I breed him for? But I got a soccer ball for him to kick a goal and shit. The motherfucker like, what? Why is he kicking goals for? This motherfucker's a fucking basketball player.
Yes.
He's not going to be no good. Matter of fact, he's going to be miserable because he want to shoot the hoops.
Right.
So that's what we got to say to ourselves now. You know what I mean? So if you want to put a performance dog, a real performance dog in a pet home, that dog should be retired. Retired.
Yeah.
Done. Older.
Senior.
Senior, yes. On his way out. Cool. That means that dog done seen it all, been through it all. It's not motivated like it used to be motivated. That's the only time you put a real working dog, a real performance working dog in a pet home. If you are cooking up real working dogs, whatever the job is, make sure whatever you do not keep, the rest of it goes into a working dog home so that you put your dogs in a fucking better situation to advance itself, to utilize its gifts and its talents and its abilities that you put in it so that that dog can be happy in its lifetime.
Right.
And like I said, I'm a witness to this shit. I see what my dogs want to do that I can't do for them. That makes me understand why my pivot and why the direction I'm going in from here on out makes more sense for my dogs first, and then also me. It makes sense for my dogs because, like I said, I'd rather give my dog to somebody who is highly qualified to take my work and work it, and then get paid on the back end. Once they see what I gave them, they're going to hit me up like, coach, my homeboys, I want some. My whole fucking, my whole club wants some shit. Matter of fact, we're going to pay you to do the breeding, and we want them all. Now I know when I cook them, they're going to work it. They're going to work. They're going to work. All my shit going to work, God.
And
My
that's
shit ain't
the
going to
frame right there.
right, ready. My shit ain't going to nobody pet home. Nobody who's just a novice, or nobody who's just an enthusiast that want one but really can't handle one. Then I might get sued because then the dog is too much for them. The dog is tearing shit up, biting shit up, or they too hard on the dog, right? And the dog is already in his mind like, bitch, you keep doing that shit, I'm gonna bite you. See, that's another thing that y'all don't understand about these goddamn high performance working dogs that bite. You might be hard-handed on your correction, and that dog might be cool as it gets, as a young dog, but when they get older, see, when them dogs is already used to combat, that correction, that tough correction, in that dog's mind is like, oh, you're being combative.
Yep.
And sometimes in that dog's mind, it's like, motherfucker, you combative and you teach me how to be in combat. Let's say if you are teaching that dog, but let's say if you're not. You correct, no, you hard on the leash, whatever, right? You hitting the dog, whatever, because, the dog's, bucking on your ass. Then that dog bites your ass.
Yep, my Malinois is one of them dogs.
My band dog bit me on. I told y'all that story. My band dog bit me because she didn't like the way I was checking her. Now, she wasn't malicious with the bite. She still tried to check me with a bite because that's what they do, right? But imagine if you can't handle that. If you can't handle it and you react in a scared way, that dog see you scared of how that dog reacted to you, right? And then that dog sees that there's a weakness and then it takes advantage of it. It's going to always do it.
Yeah. Found the weakness.
Oh, you didn't like that? Oh, you were scared? Oh, there was fear? You backed up? You ran away? You dropped the leash? Oh, you screamed and hollered when I bit you? Oh, okay. So when you do that again to me, I'm gonna do the same thing to you.
Times 1,000.
That's the first step in training a shit son or protection dog, is showing that people are scared of it.
Right. They can smell that. They can smell that fear, that pheromone of fear, and they can sense the energy of fear. So if you showing it as the handler or the owner, then the dog is like, okay, shit. But like I said, we can comprehend that. We can deal with that. We like those dogs belong in our hands if you can handle it. But the average pet home, pet lover, dog enthusiast who think those dogs are cool shouldn't be with these dogs, because that's a dog that will nut up on you, and then shit, but deep, that's all, folks. You might be, you might be down and out. Check this out, my friend. Go ahead, K man. Go ahead.
No, I didn't say nothing. Actually, I was muted. Actually,
Okay. So my friend's wife, she said she's in the German Shepherds, and she's always had German Shepherds, right? And they do a little training, but she's a dog lover and more of a pet, but she do a little basic training and shit with the dog and shit like that. But she's always had like German Shepherd, so she bought her a top tier German Shepherd, a working dog German Shepherd, right? And she's done what she's always done with the dog, and she's not scared of the dogs. But this dog tried to bite her one time, and of course she handled the dog, but it put fear in her because that's the first time she's ever had one of her German Shepherds bite her.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that feeling of fear when it's your first time, right? See, with me, I done been bit by dogs before. It's not my first time.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not a virgin when it comes to dog bites. Not a virgin when it comes to dog energy. When I feel a dog, about to nut up on me. So that was her first time. Once that dog sensed that, when she corrected it, she had apprehension in her spirit. Her energy was very apprehensive when correcting it because she got bit the first time. So then the dog bit her again, but fucked her arm up. Bit her, got her by the arm, tore her tendons on her arm, all the shit. She had to give the dog back to the breeder.
Damn.
But she couldn't handle it.
Dog had
the breeder
that
gets the dog.
strategy.
Check this out. The breeder gets the dog, and the breeder couldn't even handle it. Had to put the dog down.
Some of them be like that.
Now watch this. The only time to me a dog is like that in his mind is when it knows that you are apprehensive about it. If you, in your mind, as the alpha, let that dog know that you're not apprehensive and you deal with it. Now, of course, you got to slow dance with the dog. Don't approach a dog with conflict. You don't do that, right? You have to slow dance with that dog, right? When that dog is doing a little extra, you can feel him tensing up. Ignore his ass. Okay, fuck it, I ain't fucking with you. Fuck with everybody else, because see, other dogs help get that dog get his mind right. If you only got one dog and you got no other dogs, it's gonna take some time. But being that you got other dogs, you see that dog, you come up to it, try to feed it, try to fuck you, nigga. You ain't gonna get no food. I'll feed everybody else. Everybody else cool. You pet everybody else. That dog is watching that. But see, when people are scared of dogs, once dogs sense that fear, it's gonna be hard for you to flip it, because the dog gonna test you until you check it.
You gotta nip that in the bud early.
Now watch this. The military, what I was reading about the military, because I want to get into, get my dogs to the military, right? They say they like them dogs that's on 12.
See?
They like them dogs that's on 12.
That's ready to risk it all.
A dog that you have to beat its ass when it's young to master it, and it's so hard, got so much nerve that it don't back down from nothing.
Yeah, that's what they want, because like you said, they got to go in situations where it's the point of no return. They got to go in situations where there's maximum pressure.
That shit's a live grenade.
Correct. You got somebody fighting you from the jump. So you got to have that willpower to where it's like you said, it's the ultimate asshole where it's like, God damn, this dog is damn near uncontrollable. But it's controllable enough because one thing about dogs, every dog is motivated by something. Once you find that dog's motivation, that's how you tame it. It's like anything. You find something that it wants, its mind will click and say, okay, well, shit, I'll calm down enough to get what I want. But that's where they want them at. They want them borderline. So if we have dogs, let's say for me, if I'm going to breed dogs like that, which I want to breed dogs like that, that's my goal. Why would I fucking let somebody who got $4,500 that really don't know what to do with that dog bite my dog? Like, why would I do that? This is what I'm saying to myself now. Like, that's dumb. That's dumb on my behalf to sell you a dog.
Backwards mentality.
That's way backwards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like me selling you a Formula One race car, but you ain't never fucking drove fucking cart. You never drove in a fucking car before you get in a fucking Formula One race car. You never bought you an $80,000 fucking cart. You know what I mean? I don't know if you follow Formula One racing, but the kids start out with them carts.
Yeah.
Right? These like $80,000, $100,000 carts the motherfucking kids is driving. Right? So then I'm selling you a fucking probably $50 million or $100 million damn fucking race car. It's probably $100 million damn Formula One race cars.
Yeah, them joints is expensive as hell.
I'm selling you one of those, but you can't drive it. Like, what am I thinking?
You're not a car driver.
Right. So the reality of it is, fellas, this is the reality of what we're talking about tonight. Okay. If you got a real working dog, it's going to be few people that you can really place those dogs. Like there's fewer people that's going to be able to have them dogs, own them dogs, work them dogs, nurture them dogs, all that shit. Very few people. Salute Kingdom. Very few people that's going to be able to handle that shit.
But see, then, all right, what happens then when the guys in the army and the military do get the dogs, and then now the dogs start getting that fame and attention by the mass? Now they want the dog.
Bro, but see, check this out. This is what I'm saying. Ready. Yeah, let's say that does happen, right? Bro, the military, you won't even be able to keep up with the fucking amount. Like, they wouldn't be able to get them. You can't, if once you get a military contract, you can't breed enough dogs for the military. Because majority of the dogs ain't going to be able to fucking listen, the majority of the dogs that you produce probably won't even make it.
Yeah.
So then the rest of them will probably go down to the police department or something like that. And then the rest of those that don't go to the police will go to them shits and guys that want to play around with them with sport dogs. Where's the pet enthusiasts? How they gonna get one? There's not gonna be nothing for them to get. Because there's levels to it. The top tier extreme dogs is going to the military, special forces, and then you got militaries all over the world. Because think, I've been doing my research. Most of the dogs that go for the military, they buy them from Europe and shit. China buys them from Europe. United States buy them from Europe.
And they're already tested.
Well, they buy them at like 1 year old, somewhere around there. Little, somewhat tested to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have their own breeding program where they take them, they'll breed them right, and then they'll give them to pet homes for the first 18 months.
Okay.
And then after 18 months, they take them in and then they start working them because they want to create that balance, that off switch. Remember how Coach Remember how Coach be telling motherfuckers, like, you get my dogs that first fucking year, don't do shit with it, but love on my dogs, do the basic shit, don't turn it on, none of that shit. That off switch is important because in the military, you got other people in the fucking, in the squad.
Yeah.
You don't want that dog just attacking your fucking comrades and shit.
Correct.
You got other handlers that might take the dog. So they learned this the hard way because they probably bought dogs that was plug and play. Then they bring it over there to the squadron. They trying to kill the squadron and shit. You get a new handler, the motherfucker's trying to kill the new handler.
Yeah. And they got dogs.
Yeah. That's what it is teaching the dog in its default mode. It is trained first to be obedient to the handler.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Why wait, kennel salute? Yeah. For real. So that balance is so important when you have a dog like that. And so, like, you know how you see a lot of people on IG and YouTube, they be training the puppies, do all that shit. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, you know, like I said, the military and shit, they don't do that shit because they know that if the dog's genetics has that already in the DNA, the dog's gonna turn on whether you keep it as a puppy or fucking 2 years old.
Right.
So they rather let you have that dog when it's tameable to teach it to be social, to teach it to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so it can understand, okay, good energy. People are okay if they're not a threat. Like, that's why they do it. So, you know, 17 months. Like, I was watching something, and there's this guy out there in Switzerland and shit. Like, he's a world-renowned, he's a military guy, but he's like a world-renowned, like, dog breeder, dog trainer, high up, like one of the best in the world and shit like that, like worldwide. And he was telling what they do. You know what I'm saying? He was telling how many dogs they done bought from all over the United States, all over the world, how many of them is trash. You know, all the shit that we talk, how the best dogs, right? They'll have some of the best fucking dogs, the best females, the best males, as far as performance dogs, but they don't produce. You know, we'll have fucking some of the non-fucking working type females be our best fucking females when it comes to productions. Like, this is the shit they learning through buying hundreds of dogs all over the world, testing all their dogs, saying that it's best, like I was saying, it's best for us to put all of our puppies in fucking pet homes for the first 18 months of their life. Then we take them. Then we take them and put them to the test and all that shit. Then we figure out who's going to make it to the military, who we're going to give to the police, and who the rest we going to wash.
See, that's the best thing right there. I like that. That makes totally the most sense right there. Let them love the dog with kids and all that stuff, and then send them out.
Yeah, it's like you already got a killer. You know, it's like a serial killer, right? Most serial killers was fucked up as kids. They had fucked up, like some was fucked up when they was children.
Yep.
So if you got already a bred killer, but the best way to nurture a child or a fucking animal is do it when they're young because their brains hasn't been developed yet. Everything that's on their mind as a puppy is what you instill in that damn puppy. So if I'm instilling in a puppy, bite, gunshots, rah, agitation, where's the balance at in that motherfucking dog once it becomes mature enough and it's like, okay, now I'm turned on. Now you just hype my shit and put it to a turbo. You put a turbo on me already.
Only on.
And then it's harder to teach that old, what they say, it's harder to teach an old dog new tricks. Now you take that dog that's 2 years old. Now you want it to be calm. The dog's gonna be confused. Like, wait a minute, hold on, motherfucker. You done taught me to be rah since I was out the fucking womb.
Facts.
Now you want to tell me to stop? Nah, I'm cool.
Kill.
Kill, murder. So obviously that dog, man, they used to probably do that shit. That's why they do it this way. So when you listen to stuff like that, like me, I pay attention. I was already on that shit, but to hear from somebody who's a top tier breeder, you know, hundreds of thousands of dogs all over the world renowned, you know, top tier military dogs, all of them bought dogs all over the place. They breeding program, how they do their dogs. I'm like, okay, well, that's exactly, that's what I believe. Because that on-off switch is the most important thing on a fucking kill type dog.
Yep.
That's safety. Because they don't want to get sued, especially the police department.
Exactly.
We see that all the time in them little videos on TikTok and shit, where the police officer can't even handle his own dog. The damn dog bite the damn other police, goes after the police instead of the perp and shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I seen the one where the dog recognized that the police did something wrong
Oh, I
and
didn't see that one.
attacked him. Like, yeah, he knew who was the bad guy, the real bad
Yep, dog's been trained to attack the aggressor.
guy. Yeah. Oh shit.
See that right there is like, okay, that dog in his mind only knows one thing. You only teaching it just to fucking bite and and they don't even teach it to off. They got to choke the dog out. You know what I'm saying? They can't even off their dogs.
Nope.
Yep, they're breeding them default dogs, like I was talking about. They're just driven. They don't think about it, like the good German Shepherds.
That should be that's stupid. If you a damn law enforcer, you dealing with the community. That's dumb. I can see that in the military, but
Yeah, I heard about those default dogs.
yeah, like that shit for something to deal with citizens and stuff like that. Like, man,
Well, the military goes into civilian areas too. Their dogs need to be able to sniff bombs and not get themselves killed. You know, they need to be able to think.
They gotta know
I mean,
who.
they're not all point and shoot dogs. You know, where you just turn them into a hostage situation.
yeah,
Be
I
a
get
bulldozer.
that. No, I get that, caveman. But what I'm saying is that the dogs that are sent out to, like I said, point, shoot, whatever. Most of those military dogs are multi-purpose dogs. They're bomb sniffing dogs, and they're, go get whatever, contain whatever. Right? They're multi-purpose dogs.
Those are the ones that's coming back home, though.
Now, the ones that's coming back home either going to be put in the police department. Most of those military dogs can't go into no police home. They got PTSD. They're gonna have to get retired. Because just think about how many live bites that a military dog is gonna get versus a fucking police dog.
See what I feel you on that. But, see, I'd be looking at it like that veteran just retiring. He gets the dog that he used during the war, retiring with him as a vet, going back to his home. So it'd be that type of pet home for the vet.
But see, they have so many of them, right? Yeah. First of all, you can't even breed enough dogs for the military because their criteria is so strict, and they're in so many different areas. They ain't got enough, like they really don't have enough dogs because with dogs, if you in a wartime situation, there's a lot of them dogs don't make it back.
True.
Because most of them are bomb sniffing dogs, like Caveman said. That's what they really use them for. So that dog go out there, step on a fucking mine, boom. Another one, get another one out there.
Yeah.
So
they're also the number one target of the enemy. The enemy takes out the dog before they take out the officers or the troops.
Well, that makes sense too, especially if they front line. And the coldest killers are afraid of dogs. You could be the coldest killer in the world. You're gonna be afraid of a dog coming at you for sure.
Well, and you can hide shit from humans. You can bury shit underground, have a little tunnel with people in it or ammunition or drugs or whatever, but that dog's gonna find it. He's gonna find you where you're hiding too.
That's true. That's true, caveman. Yeah. So that's the arena. That's the arena that I'm gonna play in. I know it's not gonna be easy. I know it's gonna be a whole different lane, but if I have the ability to make dogs like that, and not only that, they go overseas because they specialize in making dogs like that. That's why they go overseas to get those type dogs. So if our government and other governments are paying top tier dollars for these type of dogs, and you can't, and what I was learning is that like they can't get enough of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they really use them dogs. You see what I'm saying? So it's like having troops and shit. You use them dogs, they working. Dogs only live what, 10, 12 years, 8 years?
Yep.
You need dogs. We need dogs. You got dogs that qualify. Get you a contract. I mean, shit, that's what a wave. You know what I mean? That's what a wave is. So, depending on how you breeding your dogs, what you guys are breeding your dogs for. If we're talking performance type work type dogs, if you're breeding, wall climb type dogs, you duck diving type dogs, you're breeding hunting dogs, whatever type dogs you're breeding, okay? Make sure that those dogs are going into homes that are going to utilize what you put in them. Please. We need to do that for the dogs, y'all. Like real shit. We need to do that for the dogs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'll be nice, you know what I mean, if we had some consumers that really had the bread and, you know what I mean, they was beating our door down too, right? Ready? They was,
Yep.
I'll pay, coach, please, I just want one. And it's like, nigga, I don't know. You know what I mean? But the reality of it is, Ready, this is what I'm thinking. It's like, the reality of it is like, bro, like, I don't have no dogs to sell you.
Right.
If the dogs that we are talking about really work.
Yes.
That's all. If they're really working, people who want to use them dogs really want to use your dogs to work it, then it's like you as a consumer is like, bro, I can't. There's a list. What are you gonna do? It's like, damn near, we're gonna take applications. Damn near, like, bro, what are you gonna do with the dog? Well, I was thinking about doing some shits and work. Nah, you don't qualify, dog. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Sorry, brother. I mean, hate to tell you, man, but nah, we don't. Ain't no maybe. I can't put my dog in your hand because you a maybe. You don't know what you're gonna do. That's my dog want to work, bro.
That's a Civic driver. Get in your Civic, man.
Yes, drive your Civic. There's all kind of imitations. There's a lot of replicas out there. Like Dylan said, there's a lot of replicas out there. You can get you one of the replicas. You know what I mean? Why don't you get one of them show German Shepherds or something like that? Or you can get, there's plenty of different Malinois and other stuff out there. There's other people that might sell, a lower level driven type herder type dog. But if you're trying to get the maximum, right? You want them dogs on 12. You feel me? Like, nah, like this, like there's no way I should be selling the average consumer, AK
They can't even handle the dogs on 6.
Oh, bruh. Ready. Think about AK's mouth blended with a Malinois mouth. That's too much.
Upping the pressure, the draw pressure insanely.
With the same length of, with that same Malinois length of mouth, same rows of teeth, with that pressure, like you said, that pressure and that jaw power.
Yes, gonna be insane.
That's too much dog.
I kind of already see what it's gonna look like already.
Me too. I can see it already. Hey, more bone. Because see, the Malinois don't got that much bone. So more bone, wider chest. Coco, she got some nice rears on her too. Wider rears. Coco's tall. They're going to be tall.
Yeah.
More muscle. Malinois got that Bruce Lee fast twitch. So does AK. Maximum hops. Okay. I'm talking about fucking racehorse hops. Speed. And just drive, that 12 drive, man. If AK got that fucking that mouth problem that he got, that teething problem, he got always have shit in his mouth with that Malinois like the bite shit, that's just too much dog, man. That's a 12.
Yeah.
And then we put the hybrid vigor in there, that F1 hybrid vigor in there, it's a wrap. I see myself getting at least 2 elite dogs. Probably, let's say I get a litter of 6. 2 elite, probably like 3 great dogs. And then the rest will be good dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I see out of that shit. That means military for the 2. The other one can go to police. The other one can go to fucking them guys that want to do that IPO and shit and type shit. That's how I see it.
Damn.
Average consumer.
Or you could luck up and all of them joints will turn out.
Yeah, but I mean, them IPO guys don't want that fucking 12. They'll try to, oh, this dog's untrainable. That's what they'll say to that dog. You know, unless you're a hardcore dog, man. I mean, these guys are soft nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They try to, you know, they using all kind of positive reinforcement for a dog that's a 12 and shit. Like, what? That shit ain't gonna work for no damn dog that's a 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it.
That joint might be too much for the police.
No, that's why I said the great dogs will go to the police. Right? The great dogs will go to the police because you still need something that's gonna be able to do something.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're doing real life work. Then the good dogs, right? The dogs that's good enough, we let them do the shits and all that shit, the play shit.
Yeah.
All that play shit. You know what I'm saying? With the sleeve and all that shit. You know, that little, oh, we're having some fun on the weekends and shit.
Yeah.
Let them do that with the good dogs. But the ones that's too much.
Exceptionals.
Yeah. The hardened ones and shit, the ones you gotta really put some fucking real world, you know what I mean? Like the ones you gotta do the Navy SEALs with. Think about the Navy SEAL training. They don't want no weak soldiers. They want the hardened soldiers to go to the Navy SEALs. Those are the ones that's going to pass.
Yeah.
You need the dogs that is the 12 that's going to handle the pressure. The assholes that's going to pass to be able to go and do those special missions, to be in them helicopters and do all that other shit. Hear all them bombs and all that shit. All the gunshots.
Yep. Heavy duty.
So that's how I envision it. And Tony, with my program, my shit is frames, brains, and motors. So my dogs it's a must. My dogs be smart. I hate a dumb. That's my pet peeve. I don't want a dumbass dog. Hey, shout out to that hybrid Vigora.
That hybrid Vega is something else.
Shout out to that hybrid Vigora. Telling you, man. Wait till everything get stable and shit.
Can there be a case of 2 dogs that both of them have hybrid vigor?
All of them have hybrid vigor, but certain ones, right? Certain ones will be freaks, right? Certain ones will be the ones like the 101s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
right.
You feel me? Like, there's not all of them is going to be freaks. Like, oh shit, that one is like doing shit beyond.
Yeah.
You know, they all should be either on the level of the parents or better. And I'm talking about performance now.
Right.
Should be. Not to say that they will be. Should be. Now, one thing about dogs too that people neglect is that you as a mechanic, you as the trainer, you as the person that nurtures that dog's mind, now it's up to you to take that raw talent, that clay, and put it in an environment to make it the best that they could be, whatever it might be. It's up to you to do that. To put that puppy in environments to nurture it and shape it and develop it, build its confidence. It should already have enough talent to do what you want it to do. It's the ones that show you the above and beyond that are the freaks. Right? You know how you have your expectations of your dogs?
Mm-hmm.
And they show you it. Then you have some that show you beyond that. Those are the fruit. Like, damn, I wasn't expecting you to do that. Or damn, your daddy was biting and crushing bones, but damn, you annihilating bones.
Yeah. Valedictorian dogs.
Yeah. Elite. Shit that's like, it's freak. And then shit that you're probably not going to reproduce unless you do hybrid Vigora.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And look, check this out too. The dude I was listening to that was breeding the military dogs, they do all the different type of breedings, mind breeding, inbreeding, all that shit, right? They did all. And of course, for him, it's like none of it is guaranteed, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of it is like inbreeding. It ain't really guaranteed to get you them type of dogs. Line breeding ain't really guaranteed to get you even hybrid vigor is more, it's a crapshoot. But what he was saying was when you got let's say you got a bitch, right? He was talking about a female that he got. He said, I got this, we have this female that, she ain't a great performer. She ain't all that. But anything I put that bitch to, she produces top tier dogs. That's what he said. Now, their level of thinking is like how I broke it down. You got the elite, might be 2 or 3 that might make it in the elite. You put them in the elite section. The rest of them can go into certain positions in the military that is good enough for it to do the job, right? So that's how I'm seeing the dogs. Like if they good enough to do the job, then those are great dogs to him.
Right.
There's very few of the ones that they're looking for that they get. It's very few. Their breeding program is so extensive. They know that for a fact. There's very few that you're gonna get that is elite.
And that's where they're limited in dogs at.
Correct. There you go. That's why he was saying like there's no breeding program that can ever facilitate the needs of the military. There's not one breeding program in the world that can, because the level is so high, the bar is so high, and there's very few that's produced.
Yeah.
So if you have that formula and they know it, then shit, you're gonna be fucking rich. But they know it for a fact that they done tried it already. They know it's few and far between. So that's why they get what they get out of theirs. If they need more, they go buy from other people who got them. Because they know they can't produce it even in their own program. They can't do it.
Right.
Because it's that hard for us. See, when I tell y'all that we plan, like we're assisting God when it comes to these breedings, that's all we doing it. We don't know it. We don't know. We can only assume it. We take this dog. This dog is known to produce these type of dogs. This bloodline is known to have this type of dog in the bloodline. These genetic characteristics are known to be like this. These dogs are known to throw. These puppies developing, like that's all you're taking is old data, but every time you do it, you get something different. It's never the same. So through your development of the dogs is how you know what you're going to get in the future. And you're not going to know that from a fucking little puppy. Because that
There are some tricks. There are some tricks to mixing traits, though, when you're trying to breed certain things like performance animals or protection animals.
Go ahead, elaborate on it, K-Man.
Like my message for a protection dog would be to take a very intelligent and very stable, confident dog, female, that you can take out in public, is well mannered and everything. And then breed her to a batshit crazy male. Instead of most people, they're going to double up on that batshit crazy dog. They're going to try to match that to a female like that for that drive.
But see, but then that's not. Yeah, see, to me, there's no art in that. What you said is art, right? Because you want to balance that shit out, because you don't want a dog that's batshit crazy with no off switch.
Right.
That shit sound good until you own one. See?
Exactly.
So what you saying is the art of it, right? This balanced female, she's a good female, good producer, but I take this batshit male to her, so that put a little curve. I mean, I put a little on-off switch on that batshit. But see, like what that dude was talking about, though, okay? He was talking about that they do all that and it's not guaranteed. That's all he said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
You do all these breedings and you think you got the formula, but the puppies come out, and that's why I think that they do what they do when they wait for 18 months, right? Because they don't want to be assuming. They don't want to assume that a puppy ain't shit until it's old enough to be tested.
Yeah.
Right. And the female, like the female in my scenario, she needs to be double bred to be like that. She needs to throw to that trait to all her puppies, not just half of them. And same with the male.
Ah,
because if he's batshit crazy, but he's not 100% genotypically like that, he's, his dad wasn't, his mom wasn't, so he's only throwing that to half his pups, then you just cut your percentages in half.
I see.
And in the end, you're gonna, if you're breeding these good dogs, you're gonna end up with a whole litter of good dogs, but not all of them are gonna have that nerve where they don't break under pressure.
True.
That's the biggest thing with those dogs. It's just the same as gameness in a pit bull. You can have all these top tier dogs, but only 2 out of 6 is game. The other ones are game to a degree, but they're not championship level.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why, your program, because everybody, when you have working dogs, especially if you have a high level of work that's required of them, everybody wants that. They want to get as many of those as possible. But of course, that testing is going to, it's going to determine which ones is going to cut the, it's going to be a part of the class, right? It's going to be, in that class of dogs. And based off of that testing, your formula is what it is. But based off of that test, see, that's why I say another thing too, you guys, is that we can put the genetic makeup in the dogs, but we don't put the spirit in the dogs.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? What's inside that dog's essence, we don't control that. Okay, that is the individual dog. So that's why they say you get a puppy. That puppy might be the shy one, might be timid and shit. Well, it is, that dog might be slower to develop and know itself. And then over time, its environment shapes it. And then now that dog becomes the most confident dog out of the ones that you thought was more confident than it was. But we don't know that spirit of that dog. We can assume.
Well, your LGDs are pretty much all like that.
All like what?
What you just described as that puppy, that's the LGD mentality. That suspicious, they're unsure of everything until they've been around all the patterns in their environment to know what's acceptable. Everything is a threat to them. But once they get older and mature, they get their sexual maturity and their confidence to them. All that fear, that threat is still there, but it's not a timid. Now they're addressing the threat. As long as you don't break them or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's what he was saying too. He was saying that how he, they test the dog's nerves, right? And they don't mind that the dog gets scared and the dog runs off. They want to get the dog to understand the recovery part of what it is. So they don't be like, okay, the dog's scary off the top. It just heard this new surface. Oh shit, it's not naturally fucking, confident. Throw it out the trash. A lot of motherfuckers be talking this stupid shit. You hear that on social media about the nerves and stuff like that. But it's like the professionals know and understand that if a dog is new to something, an energy, a surface, a sound, and it's scary, they just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. They understand, okay, the dog ain't never experienced that before. It's my job to develop the dog's mind. Now, some dogs don't recover. That's fine. I mean, we get that. If the dog don't recover from the lessons being taught, then of course that dog maybe genetically isn't in tune with that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that the whole litter's like that. That doesn't mean if the dog initially responds in a very fearful way that it has bad nerves. It takes time for that dog to understand, okay, that sound is okay. This surface is okay. This new environment is okay, because he was breaking down how they send dogs to different countries. The smells, the sounds, the dirt might have dogs that was confident over there in Sweden were all good. They bring it to Somalia, the dog is freaking out.
Different climate.
All the shit, like they're really testing these dogs, right? Or they're dealing with trial and error,
right?
Yeah, and don't forget.
Go ahead.
Don't forget about the dogs that are overconfident and will get themselves killed.
Well,
that's the other side of the spectrum.
But that's what they were saying about the on-off switch too. That's nothing he was talking about, how important the on-off switch is. He said that strictly on-off switch.
Yeah, I mean, even with the temperament, like when you test puppies with the loud noise, you want the puppies to either stay still or retreat to a safe distance, maybe bark, and then come out slowly to investigate what happened. You don't want the one that screams and runs, and you don't want the one that just boldly charges out there before it even knows what's happening.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. I agree with that
You
too.
want,
Thinkers.
Yeah, you want the thinkers. Yes. Be curious about it. You know what I mean? You can cower down, but try to see what else, like at least try to investigate, like, oh, what the fuck is that? Have your ear up, look, be looking around like, what's that?
Mhm.
Like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I might go into the doghouse, but it's peeking out the doghouse, like, what the fuck?
That's some curiosity to it.
yeah, and if you listen, they'll tell you that a Tibetan Mastiff and a Caucasian Shepherd doesn't make a good LGD because they don't have any fear and they just, run right out and fight everything. Where the other LGDs have actually been bred to push them away by barking, and pressure from multiple dogs, just bark at them. Besides the Kangal's got that sight hound in it to pursue and kill.
Yeah, the Kangal want to go after it.
They label that Caucasian off Chalker as a man stopping power of a 45 Magnum.
Yeah, I'd bet it on the dog. Yeah, I'd bet on the dog being more deadly than the 45. Yeah, for sure.
Damn. Because you know how vicious that dog's gonna be, and then them bites are gonna just crush.
Sure, inaccurate. Yeah. Like I was in jail with a guy that had 3 9mm scars in his back. And I don't think he could live through one of those dog attacks.
Nah, them dogs is too big. They like a little over 7 foot tall when they stand up.
When they're accurate too, they're just gonna push you down and start ripping you apart. They're not gonna, they're not gonna wing you.
Polar bear paw hitting you. Boom.
Yeah, see, and that goes to the man stopper shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like shit. Like we gotta be smart when it comes to these dogs, man. These type of dogs that we reading, like are we sure we want these dogs to be able to do all that? Especially if they go into pet homes.
And those dogs automatically do that.
We've seen those stories before. Remember when the Corso and the Mastiffs and the Mastiff mixes started hitting the scene? They were killing their owners even.
Yeah, there was that one in the Bay Area where that lady got killed by 2 of her Connie Corsos, I think it was.
Yep, in that apartment complex. Yep.
Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind. Yeah.
That was big.
So it's like, these are the things. And see, she probably just thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have me some pets walk down the street to protect me, but she couldn't handle those dogs.
I got 2 band dogs that look the same colors as those 2 dogs. That black mantle.
Yeah, but see, you can handle them type of dogs, K, man. You know what I'm saying? See, I can handle them type dogs, you know what I mean? But I just don't think the average consumer, or not the consumer, the pet home lover or the dog enthusiast really can handle them type dogs. And that's where they get those bans out there in the UK, because they got these big ass, whatever type dogs they got over there. And them dogs is, mauling people.
And they want them to. I'm seeing videos where they making the dog attack people.
That's why I don't do agitation work on my dogs.
Stupid.
Because if I'm telling my dog it's okay for it to show its teeth and want to bite somebody, then what's going to stop it from biting somebody?
Exactly.
Especially if I really don't want my dog to bite you. I'm not in a combative situation where I have to worry about you coming around and my dog biting you. If you come in my house, I have a pistol.
Boom.
If you come in my yard, I'd rather my dogs bark, let you know, oh shit, there's some dogs. Because most of the time, if somebody hears some dogs barking, ain't nobody coming in your yard, man. You know how it is, man. We was kids, man. We wasn't going in our neighbor's yard when we knew that dog was going to hit the fence. I wasn't. As soon as we walk past the fence, that dog is on the fence line. We wasn't climbing the fence. You crazy. Our ball go over there in the neighbor's yard. Well, there's the ball. We ain't get that ball back. We're not getting that ball back unless somebody go, hey, go holler at, Mr. Johnson to see if we can get our ball out of there. We're not climbing that fence to get that ball. You crazy. So it's like, why should we be breeding these dogs that want to attack people unless they go into people who are going to use them dogs to attack people or to defend people? Honestly, you just need as a pet person is just a deterrent. That's really all you need.
Like a nice sounding bark.
Yeah, nice good bark. Most of the time somebody come to your door, you knock, your chihuahua gonna bark. Anytime somebody come to my door, you know what I'm saying? When I have my dog in the house, they go, that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Yeah, the master breeds are man stoppers for sure. You know what I mean? But look, think about all these people that's getting all these Borbos and shit. Like they're getting all these Borbos. Now, a lot of these Borbos they getting is watered down.
Yeah.
So maybe they won't be as rah-rah. But I seen something on
hype.
I seen
It
something
might be
on,
more.
Go ahead. What do you say, K-Man?
There might be more. The Borbal, I'm sure, is a pretty stable, even though it defends its territory. I'm sure it's a pretty stable temperament dog. But when you start mixing it with every fucking thing you can get your hands on, just to add a different trait, if that's what happened to the pit bull, that's where you got all those mixes that were biting people.
Mm-hmm.
Mixing it with shit.
But I can see those pit bulls biting people because think about the mistreatment by their owners when you got a dog that is just there to fight, and the dog.
I hear that, but a real pit bull will never bite a person. That was bred right out of them a long time ago.
The real pit bull.
I mean, you might have a line of game dogs that will bite people, but it's not the real pit bull.
That's not their true nature.
It's something that somebody bred something else into, and they bred it out to the degree they wanted, and now they got a game dog that's man aggressive. Because the real pit bulls were bred to be handled by complete strangers in a pit in the heat of battle with other strangers in there, and they absolutely did not tolerate dogs that bit people.
Yep,
that's true. Yeah,
all that shit come later on.
Considered the nanny dog.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they had man biters way back in the 70s and shit. When they started mixing them, but originally them pit bulls, they never did that. You could beat them, you could, whatever. That was just bred right out of them, just like the hounds and shit. They're 100% about their handler.
Yep. A joint will come wagging right after you beat the shit out of them.
Hey, remember we talked about the pit bulls of the past and how they're still breeding them like the pit bulls of the past are breeding it today, or excuse me, are like the pit bulls of the past are the pit bulls of today, and how how they should be calling them pet bulls or take the pit out of there now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like with the pit bull and stuff like that. Like that's really where the pit bull is headed, based off of how they were bred and what they were bred to do in the pit. Is like those now should be bred to be wall climbers, treadmill racers,
athletes, yeah,
spring pole, like you said, athletes. The prey drive, like the real kill, murder, prey animal drive should be bred out of them, and that's because of what they were used to doing, and now they can't do it. And like I said, unless you a hog guy, you know what I mean, then yeah, that's fine. But majority of them aren't hog men. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them little ass pit bulls, big ass 300-pound hogs is gonna ragdoll them motherfuckers anyway.
Right. So that's a bad option for
them. That's not really a good option at the end of the day. It's not really gonna do no real true catching. You know what I'm saying? Because that damn 200+ pound pig gonna just drag it everywhere.
Then all they're gonna have to do is mix them now.
But that's what most of those guys do. Those catch dog or those hog guys do. They mix them. You know what I mean?
So there won't be no more pit bulls or pet.
But as far as the traditional, what those dogs were bred to do, that that shit is done, man. That's done data. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pet bull now. And then they should be okay with that. They should be okay with it being a pet bull.
Or a catch bull.
Or a catch bull. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Ready? Straight up. A catch bull. Huh. You know what I'm saying? Things that make you go home. Hey, then guess what? Hey, then that negative nostalgia, that shit would be dead. You retire that with the legends.
Yeah.
Now they're not gonna be like, a pet bull attacked a person. None of that. That shit won't be on the news.
And be like, oh, y'all just telling stories again.
Yeah, the pet bulls don't even do that. What are you talking about? We don't even call our dogs pit bulls no more. We left that to the legends. We didn't want to disgrace the legends who was really in the pit. Yeah, that, and again, I know the caveman was thinking about, doing his little thing, you know what I mean, keep his little remnant alive, but you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like that's why I'm glad I'm done with my shit as far as my pit bull program. I'm done with that shit. There's no way I'm doing my dogs any justice when they can't do what they was bred. Like, I mean, like, they can't get out there and do that murder, kill on some prey. Like, what? Why would I have that dog? It's torturing that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's torturing that dog. And whether whoever his ancestors was, that's fine. But guess what? That dog is not his ancestors, like we talked about. So I can't ride. You know what I'm saying? It's like if my grandfather was in the NFL, but I'm not in the NFL, then I'm not no NFL fucking player. My granddaddy was.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because I never played in the league.
Replica.
Not even a replica. I'm not even in the league. I can't even front. I don't have a football. I come from the blood, though. That's fine. But that's not who I am, because I'm not proven in that. So same thing with, like I said, even with my own program. I know how to make them have the maximum drive, but they're never going to use it, because I'm not in a situation where, like Caveman, he's out there in 50 some acres. Caveman got, so he got all kind of animals his dogs can hunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he can, them dogs can utilize their drive. I mean,
I need to get some small dogs. No, I need some burrow dogs.
Yeah, get you some Yak Terrier and all them niggas. Get you one of those.
Something. Yeah. I'd like to have something even maybe a little smaller. But those are pretty good size.
Yeah, my nephew had one of those too, man, but he had to get rid of it.
I'm starting to get a bunch of woodchucks around here all of a sudden. And then every once in a while, somebody's raising pigs. There'll be some rats around.
Shit.
Oh yeah, then you definitely need some of those there. Shit, be out there like the Mink Man.
Word. Yep. Mink Man is killing it.
Yeah, I had a badass German Shepherd Husky mix, and he was a big dog too. And he would he would dig a hole so big that he would disappear, his tail and all. His tail wouldn't even be sticking out of the ground. Yeah. He wiped out my whole ground squirrel. I mean, I was infested literally with thousands of them, because I've got 12 acres of hayfield. I mean, I had thousands of those things all over, and he literally wiped the whole population of them out.
Really? Just one dog?
One dog. But that's all he did. I did help him a little bit in the yard. I would take the hose and drown out the burrows, and they'd come running out, and he'd kill them. But yeah, he ran loose with the livestock 24/7, and he went around, and like I said, he dug some fucking holes. It was kind of funny.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, he was a big dog too, big as your big German Shepherds.
Wow. and making some killers over there.
Hey, K man, you got fucking content up your ass, man. You man,
Yeah.
you gotta get you another iPhone and just have that strictly for recording shit. And anytime you get like see some stuff, just record that shit, save it. You know what I mean? And just just start posting little clips of that shit, man. Because in your environment, like you can really show your dogs working, man.
Hell yeah.
Of course you can censor it enough to where you ain't got to worry about the haters and the tree, all the little
Yeah.
fucking buggers and shit. But you got so much content because you can show your dogs really working. But that's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely got to do that, man. Like, you out there on your property, keep your little other phone on you, man, and just like when you see some shit, film that bitch, film a whole bunch of shit. You know what I used to do is like anytime I had my dogs out, I would take like 100 different pictures. That's how I got all them great ass photos because I take like 100 pictures, and then the best ones I'll edit, and then boom. But I kept, I take them in action, whatever they doing, their thing, walking, just taking pictures, whole bunch, and then I go through them all and find the best ones that showing what I want to see. I edit that shit, post it. So same thing with you. You got so much content because you out there in the wilderness and shit, and your dogs is doing this. Film it, take pictures, and just have a whole bunch, and then go through it later on and find the best ones and just post that shit. You have content forever, man. That's what they want to see.
Yep. You got a hell of a lot of dogs.
Like,
Yeah, but it's like you was saying earlier. Everything you was preaching, I've lived that for years. I've been in the dog game. I know all about the window shoppers, and I'll be back Fridays and all that. Last minute backouts. All like right now the economy where shit ain't selling.
yeah,
I get all
yeah.
that.
But see, I'm not saying that for that purpose. I'm saying that because what that does is promotes what you've been doing, okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got so many dope ass fucking dogs, man, that the world don't even, like. So that's all I'm saying for you. Do that just to showcase what you got. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all you doing, and then eventually, hopefully, shit, you might trickle down and get a few people that's really, serious about doing business with you. But, like I'm doing right now, it's like I'm done with that side of it. I'm damn near in a position where I'm pivoting anyway, but I'm moving my shit in a whole different direction where it's like there's a market for it and I can really, benefit from having dogs that do what we talking about. I mean, like we talk about, like how can a consumer, a pet consumer, really respect a high performance working dog? Or what are they gonna go see your dogs work and be like, what I mean? It's not like back in the day where, let's say we were talking about pit dogs, right? People was buying those dogs for top tier dollars because they seen your dog in the pit. So they trying to buy your dog either out the pit or they buying the puppies off it.
Right.
They gonna spend the money because they know what they buying. These consumers, you tell them your dog's is high performance, but when do they see it? And not only that, they don't even know what the fuck they're looking at when they see it because they don't even know what a high performance dog really is.
Right.
So, well, what we have, what you got, K-Man, you just doing it for the show and tell. You just showing the world what your shit is. You showing the world what a real working dog can do. That's all you really doing at the end of the day. And if you benefit from some sales, God is good. But that's how you build your following up. Because what you do is unique. Okay, man. Not everybody do what you do. So that's all. I'm just giving you some advice because I'm not out there. I'm not a hunter like you, K man. You a hunter. I'm not a hunter, man. My gift is making dogs and conditioning dogs. I'm not a hunter. But you a hunter, K man. You do a lot. You a jack of all trades. So all your stuff that you have with the dogs, shit, man, I'll be showing that shit. Hey, Meek Man shows his shit. Why can't you?
Yeah, you can. You just gotta watch how you do it. I've done it before with my coonhounds, and I had the dog warden call me up and say, "Hey, I didn't see nothing wrong with it, but would you please take that down?" It's like I'm getting tired of people calling me.
Yeah. See, man, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't even
Crazy.
You can't even do no real shit no more, man. This is stupid.
America.
so light, so pussyfoot. Like
Pussy.
the dogs is doing what they supposed to be doing. Like the fuck you can't. People complain. Oh my god, the dogs is what? This horrible. This shit's sad, man.
And I didn't show anything graphic. It was just 4. No, I think there was 3. There was 4-month-old hounds baying on a coon on the ground. The coon wouldn't run up a tree. It was on the ground, like snarling at the pups, and they're all barking at it.
Yeah, well, you gotta
Oh
see.
yeah, poor
Okay,
animals.
So then, you know what, Caveman? You got to make another page, right? That's not Caveman, because if they know you as Caveman, make another page. Call your program something else, and then start posting your dogs that way, so that the people who's hating, because see, you got some haters. So those people who's hating is following you as Caveman is going to report to the fucking dog warden or whatever the fuck about your dogs. They don't know that, you know what I'm saying? You need to have a whole nother, you know what I'm saying?
It gets
So
better.
go ahead.
There's motherfuckers that'll turn you in and then go adopt your fucking hound out of the dog pound.
Oh shit.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The dog world is this. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Like I said, like you said about the game, it's always been that way. And it's crazy how dirty some people can be. And to the fellow dogmen, you know, even the hound hunters, the game bird people, it's all the same.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you get money involved.
Oh, especially when money's involved. Oh, that's
okay.
even
Well, then when you get down to the real working dogs and the real shit, you can get good bred paper dogs for $100. Yeah,
because you watch, because you know somebody that's gonna bless you with it, or is
well, just because it's a hound and it's not worth a lot of money. There's no money in it. It's a hobby that costs money, and everybody that does it, every real working dog man has a yard full of fucking dogs he can't get rid of. They ain't worth nothing.
Yes, especially now.
Yeah. Well, and then, and after the fur market crash, that's the way it's been with the hounds. Now, if you got money and you can chase bear, mountain lion, bobcat, coyote, or something, dogs are worth more money if they're good bloodline or if they're trained good or something. But you're talking $7,000 for a dog that's 3 to 5 years old and it's a veteran. That ain't no kind of money. Well, you know what I mean? What you're talking.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to get to the military, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to them contracts. Not gonna be easy, but you know that
I got some shit in that direction.
Yeah, I know you show me the puppies. That's why I be telling you, like, yo, you gotta make content out of that shit and show the content and show it so people can see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but really, I'm looking for professionals. And I know I'm looking. I got ads and shit out there. I'm looking for I'm not really looking for people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how you do it. Put it on your page, do it, and then like all those, like there's so many different dog trainers. Like I follow so many of them. And they follow me too.
I got right in the dog training group, the shit son group, and protection group.
Fuck them groups, man. Them groups is haters, man. You better off just going on IG and finding you all them different dogs correctly, and then going into a DM and be like, hey man, I got this, you know what I mean, for free, man. You know, like cause that's what I'm gonna do. I already got some
you're
guys.
right about that.
That's what I already got some guys that I've already been in contact with. They don't even know I'm doing my bull herder program, but you know, we follow each other. I've been watching them. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna reach out to K9 Matt. I'm gonna reach out to all these different guys. Like, yo, I got something for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I'm sure they're gonna like my idea. They might take it's for free. Take that shit. Yeah. But again, like we talked about, I'm gonna get it on the back end if my dogs do what I say they can do. I'm gonna get it on the back end because guess what? He gonna market me and he gonna probably want something else.
Yep.
If you're ever talking to any of these experts on breeding and shit, ask them what they think about Malinois or German Shepherd bred into LGDs.
Now, I haven't talked to them directly. All I do is, you know how I do, y'all. I tell y'all, I be watching from the sidelines because I like to study. I'm not in a position where, I'm ready to be asking about stuff. I'd rather have my cook up than come to them with my cook up, build my rapport with them that way to where they be more than willing to give me some game. Because you know how most of the time when you talk to these people, they be so busy, they'll tell you things, but they're not really going to give you the nitty gritty. The only time I really get the nitty gritty from these type guys is if I'm buying something from them or I got something they want from me. That's the only time I really get like the nitty gritty from them. So what I do is I just sit back and I watch all their interviews. I watch their content. And that's what I do. So that I know, okay, now when I approach them with my shit, I already know how to come at them because I've been studying you. I know what you like. So when I come at you, I'm going to say everything you like. And then I'm going to give you something. I'm not going to ask you for nothing. I'm going to give you something. Then you're going to look at my content and be like, oh, I want that. And that's why I'm telling you, K-Man, you got content.
Yep.
So start putting your content together. Make you a separate page aside from the Caveman Shop, strictly for your dogs, and start just posting your content. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, little clips, show your little puppies, whatever. Just have that there so that when it's time for you to, like you said, reach out to some of these dudes, they can go to your page. Like, hey, man, oh, shit, I'm like, okay, damn, you doing that? Oh, you got those dogs too? My homeboy does that. Woo, woo, woo. That's how we going to get in the door. Because it's like, how can I expect to get me a military contract when I'm a rookie? I'm new to the game. You know what I mean? How am I going to wolf my dogs up when my dogs ain't in the people's hands that's really doing them dogs? Like, that's wishful thinking for me. I can speculate what my dogs can do until they prove themselves. So that means I got to go and like I was telling you, I got to go place my dogs in their hands. This is a gift for you. This is a gift, but I got to make the gift feel like it's a gift to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure my presentation is on point. Like, oh shit, hell yeah, I'll try that. What, you did that with that? Oh, that's a nice ass mouth. Oh, that's a nice ass fucking pit bull. Oh shit, yeah. Oh, that's what you did. Those the puppies. Okay, yeah, I'll take it for free. That's it. Yeah, man. Just give me on the back end, my man. Yep. So now we have to do things differently now when it comes to these performance dogs. We got to do a lot of sacrifices, but we got to get into the door first. And once we into the door, man, shit. Once you're in with the right people, they can get you them contracts. That's all. I want the contracts. I want one of them representatives to come visit me when it's time for them when they got the check to buy the dogs. I want them to come visit me. Hey man, we got
I'm actually trying to make some money a whole different way too. But I'm not really trying to be dependent on the dogs for money.
Well, this is dog. You know what I'm saying? So we just talking about dogs right now, but hopefully you're doing other things. You know what I'm saying? That's, it's good to have multi streams of income. But I'm just saying for me, because I make dogs and I have my program and, I make the dogs for me first. But at the same time, I would love to have my dogs in working people's hands so that
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I can do my dog justice. I want my dogs to, if they were to pass away, I would love for them to pass away doing their job. Because then they're gonna die happy. Think about our dogs, like, they just fucking pets and shit. You think they really happy at the end of the day? No, man, them motherfuckers want to work.
What's a bitch too is the hunting part's really easy to do solo. Like if you're a loner doing shit by yourself, doing your own thing, the hunting is awesome. But if you're trying to do protection and there's nobody around that does shit, especially you live out in a rural area like this, not much of a population.
Hey, K-Man, I got an idea that I was going to use. I'm going to tell you about it. And y'all in the chat, y'all can peep game if y'all want to. I was following this one trainer, and he did something that I didn't even think about until I saw him do it. So those UFC punching man type dummies that they got.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I seen this trainer, right, and he got the decoys and all that shit, but he got the bite suit on one of them punching dummies, and he makes his dog attack that. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I got a
I
bite
knew
suit.
a guy who did that at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a whole
He used
bite suit that I would never wear, and I'm never gonna let my dog bite me in. A whole Ray Allen full body suit. I'm gonna fucking buy one of those and let my dog bite that on that damn UFC man.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Now I don't need.
Yeah, he would roll around on the floor with this thing and let his pit bull attack it and shit. That was his thing. If you come to his house certain shit, his dog was fucking ready. That was funny.
Yeah, so I was like, that's a good idea. So that's what I'm gonna implement. So now I can utilize my bite suit and I don't ever have to get in it.
Well, I was gonna ask you that one day, like you ever thought of getting a mannequin? Using a mannequin.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about making one actually myself, but I'm just now coming to that point where I've got dogs, of that breeding and that age where you can start working them like that.
Yeah, I mean, a mannequin can work. You just have to have something that can be stable, and that's why I said with that UFC mannequin, it's got that like water jug to where what I'm saying, like what I'm saying, the dog can hit it, but it ain't gonna really be able to fucking knock it down.
Yeah, it's like the body at the top and
yes,
the jug at the bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
Weeble wobble, huh?
Yeah, it'll just kind of wobble around, but it won't fall down, and the dog can bite. You can tell it to bite it in certain areas and shit like that. Because all you really wanted to do for the dog is just direct it to bite.
Yep.
Bite here, bite there, off, come. That's all I really want my dogs to personally do. Now the trainer's supposed to do all the extra shit and do all that other shit. That's on them. But for me, all I need to do is basic obedience for my shit. Just a show and tell. Basic obedience, heel, bite off, do some scent work on my own shit. We'll do some scent work, shit like that. That's the basis for me. But for the trainer, who's around other trainers, who's got plugs for the law enforcement and all these other, that's where they gonna take my dog and then get me clients. Like shit, man. I just was at this damn show. We took first. They was all asking me where I got my dogs from. I told them you. Now they hit me up asking me, hey coach, when you gonna do that breeding again? Matter of fact, here's my deposit. See, now that's how it works. If you really want to have a program where you're gonna be able to benefit from it, and not only that, you can recoup. Right? That means you can get what you need to get out of your program. Plus, you can recoup by, sliding some off to some other working camps. But they're going to pay you for it.
Yeah.
That's what I need to see in my program. I need to see recoup. I need to recoup my losses.
Right.
So I can pay for dog food and all the things and all the upkeep that it takes to maintain your program.
Yeah.
But like you said, K-Man, the regular consumer, the window shoppers and all them, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be hitting us up like they be hitting Aria up. And we're going to be doing like Aria. And then like, they already sold. They already got deposits. They're sorry. I mean, matter of fact, you got to fill out an application. And then you got to be on the waiting list.
Shit.
That's
like the Butler dude, Butler Rottweiler dude.
Yeah, that's like exactly. It's like Butler Rottweilers. Exactly. He got a waiting list. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But see, he sell to consumers. And so I'm sure he's not really worried about his dogs being liabilities.
Because to them, it's a Rottweiler.
Well, see, of course. But maybe in his mind, the temperament on his dogs is obviously good for people. Obviously, they're good for family and pets and type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he can get his 5,000, whatever he can get, which is a great price. But not many people, as my man from Butler Rottweilers. You feel me? They ain't got it. They don't got his clientele, his you know what I'm saying, his support system and stuff. They don't have that. Most people don't have it like him. But see, Mike, the dogs that I'm talking about, real performance dogs, not to say that he don't have them type of level dogs, but I don't see his dogs doing that super bite work type, protection work type shit. Maybe they do. I don't know. But his dogs kind of look too big for that. Because he got some big ass rods.
Yeah.
And most of his people that at least he shows in the video, they look like just regular pet home people.
That's just looking for a Rottweiler.
Yeah, it's, you know, this enthusiast. You know, had a Rottweiler back in the day and shit like that. But I don't know. That's to each their own. We talking about dogs that want to murder, kill type shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, you know,
Different, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, man. You know what I mean? We talking about dogs that got a 12 motor. They got the V12s. They don't got the V6s. They got the V12s. Ready?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They ain't got the V6s, man. They don't got the V8s. They got the V10s and V12s.
Woo! Blower sticking right out of the hood.
Right? Woo! V10, V12s. Golly. With the rev limiter, though. We got to have the rev limiter on there, though. Got to have the rev limiter on there because we can't have them dogs blowing up. So, yeah, no, hey, we cooked tonight, you guys. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've been reflecting, like I said earlier, just about just my own play and just the things that I'm dealing with the dog world and stuff like that. And, you know, just how I'm thinking about my dogs and what I see even in my own dogs on my own yard. It's like, man, is it okay for even me to put my home, my working dogs in just regular pet homes, and they're, you know, these people aren't going to do nothing with them at all? Like, is it okay for me to do that? And I'm thinking to myself, like, nah, no, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, I hope to put my dogs in working homes, or, you know what I'm saying? Let's say if somebody was able to get AR-15, I would hope that they would use it for their program, benefit from the DNA, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope and pray that it goes to somebody who would use the DNA and benefit from them, or might have land where AR-15 can show you what I put in them.
Hell yeah.
But the reality of it is, ready, caveman chat, there's probably not too many people that would even qualify to be able to do that. There's probably not too many people with a real program that can take AR-15's genetics and cook with it, or Silver Bullet genetics and cook with it and make some doper dogs.
Where the broadcast can't pay for a
transporter.
Transporter, there's the word.
It's like, God damn. But I mean, neither here or there.
I feel your pain.
It is what it is. You know, no need to cry over spilled milk. Like you said, K-Man, you've been dealing with this shit before social media. So, you know, me dealing with it now during social media, and I've been dealing with it my whole time on it. It's not surprising, but now I'm just like over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over it. I accept it. It's okay. You know, you aspiring dog men, aspiring dog women, you think it's going to be, you know, and I'm not saying you think it's going to be, you know, cake and ice cream when you get out here and you promote yourself and promote your dogs, and you get all these people that want them, and you think, okay, oh, it's going to work. It might. However, you know, about, well, we're going to say 90%, it's probably not. These people are playing, man. They like your shit, but not enough to spend on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to do your program for you and not for profit. Shout out to the last classroom that we had. You know what I'm saying? You know, do your program for you. You know what I'm saying? Not for profit, man. That, you know, even if you make some money, you're gonna still be in the fucking red.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Man, you still in the red?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well then shit, so am I. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people in this game is in the red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a little help with that too. I think you know a little bit about that story. We can talk about that sometime. Little help getting into the red.
Yeah, no, I truly understand that. I mean, shit, there's always variables that add to the problem that doesn't help. You know what I mean? But at the same time, still, it's like just you guys, not all that it's cracked up to be, you guys. So just have the passion for your program. You know, do it for the dogs. Don't get caught up in the clout, the fame. I know it's hard. That fame is a powerful drug. It is, but don't get caught up in that. You know what I mean? Just focus on your program and let everything else work itself out in the wash. But other than that, you guys got anything else?
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I got a random thing. You was talking about the chain spots.
Yes.
You talk about the chain getting wore out in the sand.
Yes.
I've used a lot of chains, and what always happens, the most common thing that ever happened to me is the swivel. A lot of people, and I didn't either. A lot of people don't think about those swivels spinning around. It's metal on metal. There's no bearings in there. It's basically a D ring with a hole in it, and then another D ring with a rivet on it. With a head spinning around in that hole when that dog's spinning around or whatever.
Yeah.
And it wears that head on that rivet out where it slips right through the hole in that other D ring, and your dog will just take off, out of the blue.
See, I didn't think about
You're
that.
not, yep. So you want to check that or just replace them.
I've had that happen with the leash.
Yep. Pull right through. Once that head gets wore down small enough.
So you guys just heard y'all heard Caveman. Y'all pay attention to those swivels because that could be a problem. And like I said, that just the problem of the wear and tear of a chain spot. Not only that, if you have dogs that have high drive, which most pit bulls are high driven dogs, but if you have dogs that are stupid driven, where they'll keep running back and forth on their chain spot, and it's a hot day, then you're gonna come out there and your dog gonna die of heat stroke. And I'm sure there's a lot of dog men that's had that happen, where they come out and their dogs is fucking dead because their dogs running on that chain and they overheated.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Even if it don't die, you fry their brain, ruin them. It's happened to a lot of hounds just out hunting even.
Really? They just overwork themselves?
Yep, get a heat stroke and then they're just kind of dumb after that and they don't ever fully recuperate. They never have the endurance. They break down a lot faster. They're never the same.
Damn.
Yeah, that heat stroke ain't no joke. You know what I mean? Like I done seen too many dogs die on it in that situation. Like die in my arms type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll stroke out, have a seizure and shit right in your fucking hands. And then like you said, then they'll be like fucking have a blank stare and shit. And you're like, they're there, but they're not. And then probably a couple hours later, the motherfuckers die and then blood come out their nose and shit.
Damn.
Oh, that's just horrible. That shit's horrible.
Yeah.
Seeing a dog die of a heat stroke, that's just horrible. You know what I mean? But again, if you're not paying attention, you got a dog on a chain spot, running back and forth, shit. When you see your dog not on the chain no more, you wonder, shit, there you go. You weren't paying attention to the swivel. You weren't paying attention to the chain wearing out. You weren't paying attention to the collar. Or you might see a dog who's high driven, wind up that dog. And where's fucking Butch at? You go see Butchie's over there stiff. You're like, damn, that motherfucker really fucking, yeah, he did that. So, yeah, I would never, honestly, if I had a chain spot, it would only be supervised. It would only be, I'll have them on there for a couple hours and I'll take them out the chain and put them in the kennel. That's what I would do. I wouldn't keep my dog on a chain spot for the whole time. Just for my peace of mind.
If I did that, I'd be out there with him.
Yeah, I mean, if 2-3 hours or something like that, cool. If I'm there, if I'm home, you know what I'm saying. But if I'm not home, I just know my dogs. I got deer. I got all kind of shit that be fucking with my dogs, make my dogs go crazy. There's no way I could just have my dog on a chain running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's bad enough that I got a 10x10 that they do it in. But at least I know if they're not trying to jump out of it, they're not going to get out. At least I know that.
Yeah.
So I can leave my house, know that if something triggers them, they're going to still be in that 10x10. So it is what it is, you guys.
I'd like to send you a dog and see if you can keep her in a pen.
Bro, I have dog. Well, I'm sure I can keep her in the pen though, because I got.
And she's not even crazy. She's not even a crazy high drive dog. She's very flexible. Like I couldn't believe it how big she was, and she could fit through them 6x8 holes in the livestock panels. She just contortion her way through one limb at a time and squeeze her hips and shit and bend the wires a little. Well, I waited till the dog was way too big to do that and put her in that fucking pen with the other dogs. It's a 16x48 run outside the house. Got 3 other dogs in it and going in and out of the house. Well, this fucking dog, the first night goes in the house, knocks down my fucking pantry cupboard because I got my bed. It's about 52 inches off the ground, plus the mattress sticks up above that so that the Danes can't climb on it, right? So she knocks this pantry cover down, climbs on that, climbs on the bed, and climbs out the fucking window.
What?
Damn.
Yeah. The first night, I woke up in the morning, fucking dog was out in the yard.
So she's an escape artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had another dog like that, and that's the reason I kept that dog out of the litter, because she'd escape, you'd go fix the hole, and she'd be the only one to get out. Well, you'd go fix it where she couldn't climb out, and turn around and take about 2 steps, fucking dog would be beside you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she stayed out and got kept for a breeder.
Yep. I got so many MacGyver kennels setups for certain dogs that can break out, you know what I mean? So yeah, I've dealt with
That
them.
dog would break up cockfights.
Oh shit. She wasn't afraid of them chicken claws?
No, she'd go right over there in between them and break them up, and she'd chase one away if she had to. If you had like game type roosters,
Yeah.
they're young stags growing up, running around the yard. They get a certain age, want to start fighting. Yeah, she didn't tolerate that shit.
How's the chicken game going? I mean, you do chickens and shit, right? You sell chickens?
Not anymore. I have a pair of chickens right now that my buddy dropped off to me.
Okay.
Pair of showbirds.
Gotcha. As I said,
Got some history behind them.
Okay. Well, shit. Welcome back online, man. We missed you. And man, go ahead and shout out your before we cut out, man. Go ahead and shout out your channel, man. Let everybody know, you got a channel, you got a live that you do. You know what I mean? Go ahead and shout it out.
Yeah. All right. Caveman 1974 on YouTube. Caveman Seeds on IG. And trying to do a show over Wednesday night at 7. Live.
And what's your content and what your content is about?
Danes and strains, canines and cannabis. Cover about anything you want to talk about. Talk about making soil amendments. Talk about breeding, genetics, feeding them, working them, training them, selection, whatever you want.
Okay. Make sure you guys
Same here, but just got the plants involved too.
Okay. Y'all make sure y'all go, tap into Caveman's YouTube and his IG.
Yeah, we got Young Ready over there with us.
Shout out to Young Ready. So make sure y'all go check them out. You know what I mean? Give them a follow, give them a subscribe. But like I was telling you, K man, you know, make another channel on your IG, man, and make it for your dogs. And then start, you know, putting your dogs on that one. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know what I mean? So that the haters can't, you know what I mean? Get, you know, slip the corner on them haters. You feel me?
So
That's
they
all.
don't think I'm some dumb stoner,
No,
backyard breeder.
no. I'm just saying because you already said you got motherfuckers that be calling the damn dog warden on you and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta curb them and shit. It's like, okay, well then if you think it's K man, I'll go do something else, you know. Plus it'll be good for just that separated for for your dog.
That was under my real name. My what do you call it? My legal name. That shit.
Okay. Well,
I ain't really worried about that now. That shit all come to a head. I've already battled with them. I've already been to court.
okay.
Went to jury trial and a couple felony charges. Walked out of there clean slate. So
Okay, good.
yeah, they know I'm a scrapper.
I like your dog.
And they know that when they come check me, they can't find nothing wrong, you know. And they had to admit that on the stand.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you beat them, man. Very few people beat them, so I'm very glad that you have been victorious over them, man. And like I said, we like to just stay out their way, man. So I know that's what you're doing for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, just like I said, welcome back, man. We missed you.
Yeah, much love. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. But all right, you guys, we're gonna close it out. We had a great cook up once again. And you know, until next Thursday, man, you know, just be safe out there, man, and take care of them doggies, huh? We out.
Peace.
Peace out, chat. Love y'all, man. Till next Thursday. Peace.